Here at Westcon Comstor, we help partners realize their business and financial potential. We're passionate about delivering their financial success and growth. This drives what we do day in, day out. Our value to partners centers on our deep-rooted vendor relationships. This means we can help partners capture business opportunities with established and emerging technology providers. Importantly, we are equally close to partners, global and local, with custom-made business support. Based on our exclusive Edge model, we're a seamless extension to partner operations. We share the same focus on delivering what the end customer needs. We take responsibility when the going gets tough, and we're in it for the long term. Should things get complex, we can deploy our extensive service capabilities. If a customer RFP stretches resources, we can help to flex and scale with access to our wide range of technical experts. We understand what it is to be truly end-to-end. We also pave the way for our partners' future growth. The technology marketplace is changing, and we can help partners meet their customers' digital transformation needs. Our know-how includes consumption and subscription-based models, as well as integrated supply chain. We aim to simplify the channel and to make doing business easy. So, partners present and future, at Westcon Comstor, we're right by your side.
We understand that partners need more than just solutions to succeed. They need to adapt to changes in the market. They must stay agile and on top of new trends, technologies and products. Only with the right support, insight and innovation can they expect to grow and thrive. Introducing Edge, our unique, tailored approach to every opportunity and our commitment to every partner. More than just a word, Edge is how we translate our difference into real value. Value our competitors can't match. Edge provides the framework to ensure partners engage and onboard with our vendor portfolio and core services. We develop their business with pre-sales consultancy and support, including certification, training and mentoring. We help them grow with financial and capital support alongside marketing and access to new vendors and technologies. Plus, we extend their reach by unlocking more profitable international opportunities and expanding into new markets. We work with each partner to understand their individual needs and tailor these materials and tools so they're a perfect fit wherever they are in the market or sales cycle. Find out how we can accelerate your business and get a competitive edge. Talk to the Westcon Comstor team today.
Well, Comstor have enjoyed a global relationship with Cisco for more than 25 years now, and we have an exclusive focus on Cisco products. It's all we do, and this is great because it allows us to have all of the knowledge that we need to help our partners grow as fast as they can on their Cisco business. Comstor believe that it's really important to ensure that we have subject matter experts aligned to all of the architectures at Cisco. We have that on a central basis in our EMEA team, but we also have it replicated in every single country. This allows us to have on the ground subject matter experts on those architectures to help our partners. And we believe that if our partners get access to that, they're going to accelerate their business more quickly. My one key takeaway would be that we believe we consistently grow our partners' business faster than any other distributor in the channel.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Comstor and Cisco Expo. My name is Tushar Chawla, and I'm the Group Business Manager at Westcon Comstor. The world around us is evolving fast. Businesses are transforming at an unprecedented rate, so it's time for us to get future ready, and Comstor and Cisco are here to assist you in this endeavor. Cisco is committed towards enabling the partners to perform, to meet today's business goals, and transform to fuel their continued success. Cisco's goal is to equip partners with the speed, the agility, and the efficiency that allows them to respond faster and scale to the customer's growing business demands. Cisco completely understands that effectively enabling partners is all about arming them to proficiently power the customer's digital transformation. As Comstor, we are proud to be a true extension of Cisco in the marketplace, working closely with partners to build their Cisco business. 100% aligned, we are not only the largest Cisco exclusive distributor, but we also have the most Cisco trained and certified experts in the channel. Through this Comstor and Cisco Expo today, we aim to help you learn how you can work together with us to become future ready. During today's event, you can also win exciting prizes by participating in quiz competitions that will be taking place after every presentation. You can also send us your queries throughout the event through the chat section in the auditorium. Like always, your feedback is extremely valuable to us. We will be conducting a short survey after the event. Please share your feedback so that we can know how we did and we continue to do things better. I would now like to invite Steve Lockie, who is our Group Managing Director at Westcon Comstor Middle East, to do the welcome note. Hi, Steve, over to you.
Sabah Khair Jamian or Sabah Khair Gamian. Welcome all. It's really good to see you all, and I hope we find you safe and well here in after the New Year's celebrations. My name's Steve Lockie. I'm the Managing Director of Westcon Comstor in the Middle East, and it's my absolute delight to welcome you to this latest large-scale virtual event. The future, get ready for the future with Comstor and Cisco is very much about what we're going to try and cover today. There's no doubt that COVID changed our world and continues to change our world and have a massive impact. And in the old days, we'd be out there in the field taking these seminars and activities out there. We find a better way of doing it. And this really is this platform we have, the venue. It's wonderful. And today we already have up to 1,000 partners online listening in. So thank you very much for taking the time to do that. There's no doubt the future is hybrid in our go-to-market, in the way that we work. And today we're really looking at providing that education for you, not just around the opportunity, but also around our digital tool set. So we have Sales View, we have Partner View, our portal where you can go and find out the status of your orders, place your enterprise agreements, learn more about certainly the whole Comstor portfolio through our new Comstor Partner Portal. And if you're not already registered for that, I would urge you to do so. It really is a super center for all that rich information. Our role as a technology distributor, I think on the next slide you'll see what we try to do is offer at all times the support, the tools and the programs to make you a better partner, to give you all the tools and support that you need to really understand the opportunities out there. No more than today, because we're really looking at Comstor's hyper-growth initiatives. There's so many initiatives at all times, but these are ones that really do take us into that future, not just of hybrid working, but of the exciting new opportunities that are out there around us. So by the end of today, what are those opportunities? How can you capitalize on them? What are the tools that we can give you to support? And in the changing world of customer success, what does that really mean around our sales approach and the tools that we can give you there? And how do we adapt? How do we survive? And actually, how do we move forward and thrive in this new world? We're also going to cover the move and the faster move towards annuities. And in Cisco's world, that very much is about enterprise agreements. And they've moved on dramatically from being software specific to even encompassing products and services now, and we'll learn a lot about that as we move through today's session. It's a radically changing go-to-market model for all of us, and therefore remaining aligned and providing the information that we're sharing today, I think is crucial. We've got some great speakers. We've also got a great motivational speaker. There's some great demos, there's some great tools, there's some great platforms. Please pay attention. For those of you who've attended before, you know there is a quiz. There are prizes for the winners of those quizzes, so keep in there, and not just for the winners, but also for the top scorers. Thank you very much again for giving us your most valuable asset, which is your time. We know it's valuable. We hope to make the most of it today. I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'm going to hand back to Tushar. And again, thank you very much for attendance today. It's really appreciated.
Thank you, Steve. Such wonderful words from Steve. As mentioned earlier, the Comstor and Cisco Expo is aimed to give you an understanding of Cisco's hypergrowth areas that can help you accelerate your growth as an organization. Now, please join me in welcoming Tony Riley, who is the Marketing Director for EMEA at Comstor, to talk about partnering with Comstor for success. Hi, Tony. Welcome to the event.
Thanks, Tushar. It's my pleasure to take you through partnering with Comstor for success. My name is Tony Riley and I'm the Marketing Director for the EMEA region. I'm sure you're fully aware that Cisco is all we do. We have over 25 years of experience with Cisco, forging relationships and expertise. Of course, as you'd expect, all reputable distributors have wide stock availability, financing and global delivery, or delivery pretty much wherever you want it. And we are no exception. But we always ask ourselves the question, does this alone make you profitable? We are successful if you are successful. So we do everything we can every day to achieve that. We understand that easy access to in-depth Cisco knowledge and expertise helps you open doors and close deals. Digital distribution enables you to order and track 24/7. And availability marketing experts providing validated content, promotions and campaigns can stimulate demand for you. We are 100% focused on Cisco and you, our partners. It's all we do. And we believe it's about developing trust, rapport and partnership. And in our view, that is a two-way street. We have a unique centralized support team and that's mirrored locally. And as a result, we are act as one virtual and joined up team across the entire region. This allows us to compare experiences and both share and make best practice. Our teams have architecture specializations, networking being the most widespread, and Cisco, of course, has an unbelievable reputation in this area. Collaboration with the most secure collaboration tools on the market with WebEx, of course, our security solutions. And this is currently the fastest growing architecture. Data center, which is the second largest architecture after networking, plus of course, software and services, which has been particularly prevalent with hardware stock challenges. And that enables revenue and margin to continue, of course. Our knowledge and expertise is a never-ending exercise of continual learning and improvement that we then pass on to you. And we are very serious about that and have more accredited experts in the channel than any other distributor. We were the first distributor to achieve CX accreditation EMEA-wide as well. And I'm sure you'll hear more about this a little later in the day. I have the honor of leading the marketing function across EMEA. We work very closely with Cisco to refine top-level messaging and turn that into campaigns and collateral that you can use and leverage to drive demand with your end-user customers. A number of these we label as campaign in a box. This means you can take all of the contents, that could be emails, social content, collateral presentations, sometimes webinar, depending on the program, data sheets, etc. You can put your logo on that, as well as that of Cisco, and fully utilize it safe in the knowledge it's technically correct and has been developed by marketing and content experts. Think of Comstor as being an extension of your own marketing department. And this is part of that two-way street I referred to earlier. During the unprecedented times we have had with the pandemic, the need for hybrid working has never been higher. And to make this a little bit easier, we've developed a number of kits under the theme of stay connected, stay productive. And these kits have been designed by our experts and include relevant technology across the entire Cisco portfolio. And they come in a variety of types depending on the needs of your end customers. Please use them as a very strong foundation to help size and deploy hybrid work solutions for your customers. Now, in this region in particular, we have got one of the best marketing teams under Tushar and the development of marketing as a service. We've used this as a best practice to share with other parts of the world. So please reach out to Tushar and team. This gives you tremendous value and support. One other demand generation program to bring to your attention where we have seen excellent traction is the Radius Digital program. Again, you'll hear more on this a little later in the day, but in summary, it's a webinar in a box. It's an opportunity for you to showcase your expertise in a topic of your choosing. Together with Cisco, we'll then create the demand for your target end user group with paid advertising, no cost to you other than your time. And this drives greater number of views to your webinar. Once again, please reach out to the local Comstor team to sign up for the Radius Digital program. Now, as you can imagine, over time, we have created a whole library of content, videos, collateral guides, configurators across all architectures, including the very latest on promotions, and this can assist with your profitability. Now, this is all available via the Comstor Partner Portal. I know you have a session on this a little later today. Suffice to say, please sign up to that portal. It is a fabulous resource with user-friendly search functionality to easily find anything you're looking for. Two other tools to bring to your attention. Partner View is our e-commerce system for you to purchase products and services 24/7. It even gives you an alert for your renewals with your customers. Just make sure you tick the appropriate notification box within Partner View itself. It's really convenient. It also allows you to check stock and process RMAs. Nothing could be easier, so please ensure you sign up for Partner View. We also have an e-commerce system for our SaaS, software as a service solutions, and this is called Blue Sky. It's a much more time efficient and effective way of ordering. Now, the best pricing is always on Blue Sky, and Blue Sky enables simplified solution configuration for SaaS and full subscription and renewals management as well. It provides reduced quoting and administration time, and perhaps best of all, it has Cisco built-in approval, making it much more time efficient. So please sign up for Blue Sky to take advantage of that. Now, I know I've been through a few tools, so to make this even easier, all of these tools are available in one place, and that one place is called Partner Central. Simply go to our website, westconcomstor.com, select your region, and for most of the people on this call, that will be the Middle East. And at the top of the screen, to the left of where you selected your region, you'll see a link to Partner Central. So from this one place, with single sign-on, you can access the e-commerce system for products and services, that's Partner View, the e-commerce system for SaaS solutions, Blue Sky, and the Comstor Partner Portal that contains the wealth of content, videos, collaterals, promotions, etc. And by the way, if you're already signed up to the Comstor Partner Portal, you can, of course, access Partner View and Blue Sky from there as well to make it even more convenient. Finally, if you want to keep up to date with the latest news from Comstor, please make sure you sign up to receive Comstory. I hope you like the name. It's our monthly news bulletin on all things Comstor and Cisco. Thank you for your partnership. Your success is our success. Tushar, I'll now hand back to you.
Thank you, Tony. Great relationships produce great results. With this focus on the power of partnerships, Cisco Systems is committed to collaborating with you to help create unprecedented growth and profit opportunities. To talk about exploring the power of a strong partnership with Cisco, please join me in welcoming Maha, who is the KSA Channel Manager at Cisco. Hi, Maha. Welcome to the event.
Hello. Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you today at Comstor and Cisco Virtual Expo. My name is Maha Ibrahim. I'm the Country Channel Manager at Cisco Saudi. Today, I'll take you through exploring the power of a strong partnership with Cisco. So basically, why do you want to partner with us? Let me first take you through who is Cisco? So Cisco is an IT leader with a 35-year legacy of helping customers do the impossible. We have a very strong global presence and an ecosystem of more than 60,000 partners who are responsible for 90% of Cisco's revenue. Our global scale increases fivefold because of the incredible partner ecosystem. That combined with our portfolio, our culture, our people, make us truly unique in our industry. But at the end of the day, it's the trust of our customers and partners that is our most valuable asset. So we have defined customer priorities in four main pillars: reimagine applications, transform infrastructure, secure the enterprise, and the power of hybrid work. By understanding the customer priorities, we have defined our strategy around them. It's simply put, our entire focus as a company is to help our customers connect, secure, and automate in a cloud-first world so we can accelerate their digital agility. What are our main strategic pillars? We have 6 strategic pillars. Again, it was built on the customer priorities. They are secure agile networks, optimized application experiences, hybrid work, Internet of the future, end-to-end security, capabilities at the edge. Now, what's our commitment? So where you, our partners, are concerned, Cisco is also investing to help you deliver on your current business today on what we call perform, to support you as you evolve and capture new emerging opportunities and invest in new capabilities and transformational business models. And this is what we call transform. So our commitment to you is to help you be agile, relevant, and profitable. The next, I wanna dig deeper here in this slide where we will help partners transform to new growth capabilities. So as you can see from the graph, we have the perform business where it's the bottom left box, and then we have the other 3 as a transform. So perform is simply where IT choosing technology, and this is how we've been doing business. To transform, so transform is all about helping our partners get access to incremental wallet share through accessing new buying centers, through selling business outcomes, or through stronger customer success platforms. Now, our customer is no longer just the guy sitting in the IT department. Everyone is buying technology now. Line of business buyers now influence 80% of IT purchases and control over 60% of the budget. Now, to deliver these solutions, we need to help our partners build on top of Cisco platforms to enable platform-based outcomes that increase their surface area and stickiness. Now, resellers that use DevNet see 10 points higher growth than those who don't. Another statistic, IDC predicts a tripling in the community of developers in the next 3 years. There is also an exceptional around delivering an exceptional customer experience. By adopting a customer success practice, we increase the rate at which the customer unlocks value, which will increase opportunity to sell differentiated products and services around the life cycle, up to 3 times. So again, partnering together, we're going to help you to do your perform business and excel in that, and to transform your business to new areas. To summarize it, partnering at Cisco, so it's a world-class customer experience, perform and transform opportunity, innovate, differentiate, and grow together. So this year marks our 25th Partner Summit, 25 years of possible. We're very proud of this very long journey with our partners. So why am I mentioning Partner Summit? Because I want to present to you today this very important slide that I presented in our event. It's basically our focus. It identifies our focus areas for the coming year and our new launches and technologies. There's a lot of topics here. I'm not going to go through all of them, knowing that Comstor team will tap on some of them throughout today's event. However, I want to focus on the axis. Cisco's main route to market was simply resell. This served us and you well for the past 25 years. But times changed. Customers are now looking for more flexibility and want to purchase and consume technologies in new ways. They want outcome-based solutions, everything as a service and low touch, frictionless transactions via new marketplace. So once again, Cisco is transforming, and so is the role of our partners and the ultimate Cisco partner sales force. The team is up-leveling, perform, and transform to restore freedom of choice for our customers. You're going to hear more about EA 3.0, renewals, CX specialization, and much more in today's event. I just want to conclude my session with our partner promises. That is trust, innovation, choice, and profitability. Thank you for your time. Thanks for listening. I hope you found this useful. Stay tuned for the quiz at the end of the session. Goodbye.
Thank you, Maha, for that wonderful session. Managed services providers have to balance the day-to-day demands of running a business with strategic planning to ensure future success, growth, and profitability. This balancing act is tough to do. That's why bringing together integrated, profitable, and operationally efficient networking and security solutions is extremely important. To talk about winning the managed services opportunity with Cisco, I would like to welcome Lamia, who is the managed services lead for MIA channels at Cisco Systems. Hi, Lamia. Welcome to the event.
Thank you so much, Tushar. Hi, everyone. This is Lamia Hassan, the Managed Services Channel Lead for Cisco in Middle East and Africa. I'm happy to be here today with you to discuss with you the opportunity around managed services in our region and globally. So in today's presentation, we will cover some of the market trends and give you some insights about what's happening in our market. And we'll share with you some insights as well about why you can partner with Cisco to win the managed service opportunity, how we can help you and your customers bring more value. And I will cover as well part of our managed service portfolio with a deep dive into Meraki. And then finally, I would love to share with you some details around the provider program, which we have designed specifically to help you be more profitable with managed service and to help you as well with your managed service go-to-market strategy. So to kick it off, the opportunity that we're seeing in small businesses and mid-size segments as well is huge around managed services. These customers are consuming more and more solutions around security, around collaboration and networking, and definitely data center. And they are looking for partners that can provide them with additional value out of this technological solutions. So it's not only about the IT solution itself, but how it can bring more value to their businesses. So when we talk about small business, we see that 30% of small businesses are now consuming managed services from their vendors and partners. And we expect that the year-over-year increase or growth in adoption of managed service will reach 92% this year. Moreover, which is very important as well, that only 20% of these customers in the small to mid-size segments, only 20% of them have internal IT staff, which means that the majority is actually looking for companies that can help them operate and manage the solutions that they have. If we have a deeper and closer look into the adoption of managed service per technology or per architecture, you can see here that the growth is double-digit across almost all solutions. So whether we talk about managed security or managed unified communication and collaboration or data center, the growth of managed service adoption is double-digit. And that's why in Cisco, we are investing a lot to capture this opportunity and to help our partners capture it as well. This is just one example from the Saudi market around security managed service. So the total addressable market is expected to exceed $300 million by 2023. So this is just one country and one architecture, which is security. So if we look at the bigger picture for the overall market and across all the architectures, you can imagine how the TAM can be really huge. So when we talk about Cisco, how we can help you and our customers capture this opportunity. So our role is not only to help the customers build managed service solutions, but also to help you as a partner to offer it in a profitable way and in a way that would actually help you increase your revenues. So what our customers are asking or are demanding, they want to make use of their IT spendings. They just don't want it to be a cost. They want to create business value out of it. The second thing is that they want to reduce the IT cost or at least keep it under control, and they have full visibility on their spendings. They want to increase their security, definitely. They want it to be more effective, especially after the pandemic and the remote workers and all of that. They definitely need to have better visibility as well on their security postures. They want to have better control and flexibility in their IT environment. And this is from the customer side. And definitely we will help you meet the requirements for the customers. But when we talk about you, our partner, you also have your own requirement. If you want to become a managed service provider, then you definitely have some requirements that we in Cisco are trying to meet and to provide you with solutions to all the complexities that you might find as a managed service provider. So our MSPs would want to increase their revenues, find new revenue streams, and acquire new customers, and definitely retain existing customers, which is very important. The second thing is that they want to grow the revenues, that's for sure. And then one of the most important and most complex situations an MSP would find is actually if they want to cover different architectures and different technologies from different vendors, they find that the complexity of managing the dashboards and doing the integrations and all of that, it really becomes very complex, right? Another thing is how to become profitable. If you want to operate in a managed service business, then definitely you're looking at your bottom line. You want to increase your bottom line and to make your business as profitable as possible. So in Cisco, we are trying to meet the customer requirements as well as the MSP requirements. So we're providing you and the customers with our innovative solutions and APIs to integrate our dashboards and platforms to your dashboards as well and to our customers' tools, right? We are also looking at not only the technology, but how to consume this technology, how to consume the solution itself. So here we're talking about the consumption model. And that's why towards the end of the presentation, I will share with you a high-level view of our managed service licensing agreement, which is created in specific for our MSPs to make the consumption model less risky and more of a pay-as-you-grow model. And then definitely I will touch base as well on our channel program. We have a dedicated program for our provider partners that would ensure their profitability and support their go-to-market. So let's have a deeper look at what we've been able to achieve over the last few years with our MSPs. First of all, last year, we achieved more than $5.6 billion of managed service business, only from the product side. We have, in terms of the channel landscape for the MSPs, we have 750 provider gold and premier partners, and we have 1,400 provider select partners globally. And to be able to manage all of that, we have to provide you with the program benefits, the provider program benefits, which we designed especially for MSPs. We have to help you do the service creation for to be able to develop the right service with the right description, with the right SLAs and all of that. So we help our partners in the service creation. And finally, we are transforming a big part of our offerings to be more MS friendly or MSP friendly. So the offers and the consumption models are now being tailored to meet the MSP's expectations. So as an MSP, you don't necessarily have to invest a lot of CapEx to bring in a new solution to your customer and to manage it for them. So the build model, where you build your own solution and host it in your data center, is definitely one way to do that. But also we have a more flexible way, especially for the SMEs, which is basically consuming our own cloud services in Cisco. So whether we talk about WebEx or we talk about Umbrella, for example, or Meraki, you don't have to build the solution from scratch in your data center. You just need to consume the solution from our own cloud, which will help you scale and actually go to market much quickly. And then finally, and recently, as you may know, we have also announced our Cisco Plus program, which is basically the consumption, everything is consumed as a service. So pay-as-you-grow model for all the technologies, but we started with only hybrid cloud for now, and it's not yet launched in MEA as we speak, but we will keep you updated moving forward. Now, as I mentioned, the complexity of managing multiple vendors can be really a real pain to the partners. And that's why we believe that with Cisco, you can drive more simplicity to your tools and more simplicity to your customers as well. So whether your customer is looking for network solutions, so whether Wi-Fi or SD-WAN or switching, or if they want to consume as well security services or collaboration services, this is where you can partner with Cisco to build an end-to-end solution to your customers and reduce your internal IT complexity as an MSP. And here is a sample of some of the packages that and the use cases that you can build for your small and mid-sized customers. Just a sample. It doesn't necessarily have to be what you create, but it's just a flavor of what we can build together to address your customers. So when we talk about the secure teleworker, for example, again, after the pandemic, most of us are working from home. So we need a collaboration tool and we need a security solution as well to secure our connection. So this is where some of our MSPs are bundling together with WebEx along with the Umbrella solution. Another use case would be secure Wi-Fi. So your customers is looking to have a Wi-Fi solution that is secured, 100% secured. So how to deliver that? We have the option of bundling together Meraki Wi-Fi, for example, so Meraki access point, along with the Umbrella license, right? Another use case would be if you're dealing with a customer, for example, that has 10 branches, a small retailer that has 5 to 10 branches, and he wants to connect them securely and at the same time have better application performance and minimize the delays of the connectivity. So this is where we can together build an offering around Cisco SD-WAN, whether it be Meraki or Viptela, but definitely for small and mid-sized customers, Meraki would be more flexible, more agile, and more cost-effective. So this is just a sample of what we can build together, Cisco and our MSPs. Now comes the question, how can we define the use cases? How can we define the services together? And how we can go to the market together to maximize the benefits out of the offer that we build together. So here's the real value where we offer you the support throughout the service creation lifecycle. So starting from the ideation workshops that we can have with you as an MSP, we define together, what is your strategy? What are the segments that you're targeting? What are the customer size, the customer industries? What are the expertise that you have inside your organization from a technical perspective, and even the sales coverage that you have. So we combine all that together and we help you define the right offering to your customer. So whether it is Meraki or whether it's a cloud-based or hosted solution like hosted collaboration or Viptela, regardless of the solution, we will help you build it. We will help you do the right pricing, the right business case, profitable business case for sure. And after that, we define the right go-to-market strategy together. So the marketing campaigns, even the enablement part, so a bit of operational stuff. So how are you going to train your internal teams that will do the management or the operational support? The delivery, who is going, the teams that will deliver the solution on customer premises and do the implementation and configuration. We help you define the overall framework, the overall methodology, so that at the end of the day, we have the right product, the right offering to the right market. We have the resources that can help you with that. We have our service creation BDMs, and we will be happy to support you during or throughout your journey, creating the offerings to the market. So in a nutshell, with Cisco Provider Program and our focus on managed service, it's not only the technology and the innovation that we are bringing, but also we are also providing our profitable or the programs that will make you as a partner more profitable. And we are providing you with a joint go-to-market strategy. So we have experience with service providers and MSPs globally. We launched more than 2,000 services so far across the globe. And this is where we can provide you with insights and expertise around the go-to-market. So now, if we talk more about the portfolio itself, which is very important. I know that most of us are now asking this question: what can Cisco offer in terms of offerings and solutions? So the first thing I would like to discuss with you is Meraki. Meraki is a cloud-based infrastructure solution. It has been one of the most successful offerings that Cisco launched over the last few years. And why is that? First of all, you can see here with the numbers and the analysis that we did covering all of our customer base, you can see that 59% of our customers who purchased within, who tried Meraki, who tried the license, the free licenses or the free trials, 59% of them actually purchased Meraki. So if you do a POC for maybe 100 customers, 59 of them will actually ask you for a Meraki order. Another thing is the renewals, which is very important. Now, you sold something to your customer, maybe 10 access points for 3 years, a license 3 years. After 3 years, how many customers would actually come back to you saying, hey, I want to renew my license, right? I'm happy with the solution and I want to renew it. 91% of Meraki customers asked for renewal. So you can see how the adoption level has reached. Also, when you take the adoption from a different angle, which is basically 45% of the customers would actually repurchase within the first 12 months. So they sign a contract with you today, maybe for Meraki Wi-Fi, and then after 2 months or 3 months or 4 months, they will come back to you either to expand on what they have purchased. So if they bought maybe 20 access points, they would ask for more because they are expanding and they are happy with the previous service. And even they will start adding additional solutions from Meraki. So they purchased access point, they will come to you asking for maybe security. You can offer them Meraki UTM, you can offer them Meraki camera, and so on. Finally, you can triple the purchase value with Meraki customers 3 times within 24 months. So if they purchase from you today with 100K, in 24 months, they will purchase with 300K. So they will triple the purchase value from your customers with Meraki solutions simply because we offer a vast majority of products under the same dashboard, under the same platform. So as I mentioned, we have Meraki switches, Meraki access points, Meraki SD-WAN, Meraki security, Meraki cameras. So multiple products under the same umbrella that you can launch with your customers and you can provide to your customers one after the other based on their requirements. Now comes the important question. Is Meraki a suitable solution for MSPs or is just for simple resale? I would say that Meraki for MSPs is the most mature, is one of the most mature products that we have in our MS portfolio. And why is that? We have here the multi-tenant platform. You can host as many customers as you want. Each one will have his own network, his own view, his own access. And you have here the dashboard where you can access all the boxes that you have implemented for your customers, whether it's switches or access points or whatever. You can manage all of that from a multi-tenant dashboard. Another thing is that we offer you can have your own dashboard as an MSP. You might have your own dashboard, your customer dashboard that you share with your customers, and you can brand it with your name. Right? It doesn't necessarily need to have Meraki, so you can do a white labeling on the dashboard. Another thing is the fact that with Meraki dashboard, you can integrate through APIs with your tools as well as your customer tools. And you start, even if you have a DevNet and if you have software arm inside your organization, you can start to customize some of the offerings and integrate some of Meraki features to meet a customer requirement or to help the customer meet a certain use case. So this is the view that you can get, one of the views that you can get on the dashboard. You are the MSP, you have your dashboard, you open the dashboard, you can categorize it per customer or build it per customer. So customer A, customer B, customer C, and so on. And for each customer, you can view or you can have a view of the different networks that they have and the different products that they have. Another view, if you are trying to scale with a certain service, and this service, you have more or less a fixed configuration that you can apply on all customers. So this, in this case, you can have the dashboard and you can categorize it per service, not per customer. So the sky is the limit with Meraki. You can organize your dashboard the way you want. Now comes the licensing. So when you purchase Meraki from Cisco, what is exactly the licensing look like? So for each hardware you purchase from Meraki, you have a license. So it's a one-to-one relationship, right? And the license term can be 1, 3, 5, 7, or 10 years. So you can choose whatever is most suitable for you and for your customer. Again, with the centralized management, you can manage everything from a single dashboard, regardless of which product exactly under Meraki umbrella. You can manage them all seamlessly from the same dashboard. You can do the troubleshooting, you can do the monitoring, the reporting, everything from the dashboard. You can also provide your customers with firmware and security updates directly from the web. And all of that is inclusive inside the license itself. You don't need to purchase anything additional or on top of the license. You also have 24/7 support and definitely warranty agreements. And the 24/7 support here means that you as an MSP can provide the service and you provide level 1 and level 2 support. And then with complex troubleshooting or complex incidents, you can refer to Meraki support as your level 3. Finally, as I mentioned, all these features are included in the license. You don't have to purchase a separate license for each feature that you want. Everything comes under the same license. Okay, some additional information about the licensing and the capabilities around the Meraki licensing. First of all, you can do partial renewals. So if you have a customer that purchased in the past maybe 100 license for 100 boxes, and he just wants to renew 50%, so 50 licenses, this is doable. You can renew any type of, any number of licenses, right? And you do not renew the rest. The second important thing, which is as well one of the, the main questions that we get from our MSPs, if my customer shuts down his sites tomorrow and he doesn't want the license anymore, neither the boxes. So this is where we tell you as an MSP, you can simply detach the license from the customer equipment or the Meraki equipment, and you redeploy it or reattach it to other customers. So you take the license from access point with customer X and you deploy it or attach it to another customer that does need the service. So no risk with the licenses, being stuck and you cannot resell it to another customer. Okay. Another thing is that the renewal of the license is within 90 days. So it happens 90 days after the purchase. The APIs, we talked about the APIs. And then finally, you can shut down devices for any reason. I mean, if there is a customer that is maybe not paying his monthly subscription to you or whatever, and you want to simply shut down the device, you can do it per device. You don't have to shut down the whole network. You can do it on the device level. So all of these are features and capabilities for Meraki licensing that are mainly designed to help you as an MSP to offer a flexible and risk-free services to your customers. Now, if we talked about the the dashboard and the capabilities, but what are the use cases that you can bring or you can bring to your customers through Meraki? So the most straightforward one is definitely the business Wi-Fi. So we have Meraki Wi-Fi access points, and then you can start providing lots of features to your customers, whether we talk about the multiple SSIDs, the splash page for retail customers, for example, a cafe or a shop, and he wants to have displayed a splash page to welcome the landing page to welcome and get some information about the visitors. You can have the analytics as well, how many customers visited my store today, how many of them, what is the percentage of the new visitors or the new clients, and what is the percentage of recurring clients who visited the store before. All of that you can pull out from the Meraki dashboard. Another use case is also the managed LAN, and most of the MSPs would sell it hand in hand with the Wi-Fi. So you sell an access point and the switch, right? Another thing is definitely security and SD-WAN. And here I would like to highlight that both of them are actually embedded in the same box, which is the Meraki UTM, Unified Threat Management Box. So whether you want to position it as an SD-WAN solution, or you want to position it as simply a UTM with firewall and IPS capabilities, you can do both ways, right? One of our major SPs in Europe, he first launched the secure Meraki solution, and he deployed hundreds and thousands of Meraki UTM. And then when the SD-WAN started to pick up 2 years ago in the market, in the European market, he started to, with no cost at all, no additional license, no additional boxes, nothing at all. He just started to launch a new service and market a new service, which is basically the SD-WAN on the same boxes. It was just a matter of simple configuration on them remotely through the dashboard. And he started to monetize additional features with no cost at all. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have the Meraki cameras and Meraki sensors, for temperature, water leak, door open and close, and all of that. So this is a high-level view of which use cases you can bring to your customers. Now that we talked about Meraki, and as I mentioned, it's one of the most successful MSP offerings that we have in the region. And here in MEA, we have multiple successful stories with Meraki, with the major SPs across the Gulf, across Middle East, and across Africa, and definitely globally. Now, if we move from Meraki to the security portfolio itself, we have the security portfolio covers the network security, endpoint security, and cloud security. For network, we have definitely our Meraki UTM, and we also have definitely also the firewall, the next generation firewall. We have our endpoint security, which is basically the AMP for endpoints. This is the former or the previous name. And then we have the cloud security offerings, which has the managed DNS security. We have the Umbrella MSSP, Umbrella Easy Protect, lots of flavors for Umbrella. Now, if we move to Cisco Umbrella and have a deep dive around Cisco Umbrella, we can have DNS layer security with Umbrella. We can have secure web gateway. You can have cloud delivered firewall, and you can have the CASB services as well. You can bundle the packages wherever you want, depending on your customer requirements, and all of that is delivered right away from the cloud. No CapEx required from your side at all. And if you remember the previous slide, we mentioned that you can bundle Cisco Umbrella on top of Meraki Wi-Fi, for example. And by the way, they are embedded in the same SQ. You have the access point with Umbrella license with the same SQ, and you can access Umbrella portal through Meraki dashboard as well. So it's embedded on the portal. So this is another very successful offering that we have with our MSPs. And then now that we talked about lightly about the SD-WAN through Meraki, we definitely have the SD-WAN with Viptela as well. And we talked about Umbrella and our security portfolio. This is where we combine both together, and we say that we have a full SASE architecture that you can offer to your clients. So with Meraki and Viptela SD-WAN, of course, and with Cisco Duo and Cisco Umbrella, okay, you can provide the full SASE story to your customers. And we have announced recently some bundling options and some extra discounts if you go for, if you add more additional security solutions to complement your SD-WAN offerings to your clients. So this is just, again, some data and analysis done on MSPs globally that used to offer Meraki and Umbrella as simple resale, not as a managed service, and they transitioned their business to managed service, right? They started to offer them as managed service. We did a survey with them, and we found that based on their feedback, they were able to, with the managed service flavor, they were able to increase the deal size, by 20% by 3 years, after 3 years. And then they were also able to increase the win ratio for their deals from 15% with the resale model to 30% with the managed service. And this is basically because of the value itself the managed service would bring to the customers, with the support that you're providing, with the help desk support, with the remote configuration and deployment options that you can have. So all of that would give you an edge over any other traditional system integrator. And then finally, they were able to double the profit, or to have a 2 times profit uplift after 3 years. And then finally, I would love to have this just very high level view over our collaboration portfolio, whether we're talking about the calling, meetings, messaging, or contact center. You have 2 options. You can offer them whether in your data center, hosting the back end in your data center with Cisco HCS and Cisco BroadWorks, or you can start offering them using and leveraging Cisco Cloud. which is basically Cisco WebEx calling and Cisco UCM cloud. So we have, you can deliver all the applications required, and you can decide on which platform you would want to offer the collaboration service with. Finally, the managed service license agreement. This is the consumption model that I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation. This is very important because we know that you as an MSP, you want to minimize the risk, right? So this is what we are offering to our MSP partners. You can have a risk-free licensing agreement because we will start billing you by the end of the month. So it's a pay-as-you-grow model. Okay, a utility-based buying program. So towards the end of the month, we see how many licenses you have purchased, whether for Umbrella, for example, or Duo, and we charge you for that. We bill you for whatever you have consumed, right? So this is a special program. I would love to ask you all to have a closer look on this program. It's very, very beneficial, and we are adding, as we go, we are adding more and more products under the umbrella of the MSLA for a consumption-based model for our MSP partners. Finally, this is the provider program. This is the channel program that we have designed especially for MSPs. So as you all know, we have the integrator program, which has been there for many, many years, one of the most successful channel programs in the industry. And now we have the provider program, which we used to call in the past the CMSP. Now it also has 3 levels: Gold, Premier, and Select. And Gold, Premier, Select depends basically on the number of services that you are going to offer to your customers, as well as the capabilities that you have in your organizations in terms of specialization, skilled resources, capabilities around NOC and SLAs and all of that. So for Premier Provider, for example, you need to have a single Cisco powered service. For Gold Provider, you need to have 2. And then, the most basic one is the Select Provider. This is if you are offering Meraki as a managed service or security as a managed service, this is where you can become a Select Provider, and it does not require additional specialization. Now with the Cisco powered service portfolio, what is a Cisco powered service? This is let's say a blueprint or our recommendations for delivering a certain service. It could be Meraki Access or Meraki SD-WAN or one of the collaboration. This is the full portfolio of Cisco powered services. And we have certain requirements that we mandate the partners to abide with to be able to get through first of all, the audit. It will have an audit so that you become a Cisco powered service Meraki Access partner, for example. Okay, it requires some training, as I mentioned, specialization, NOC capabilities, service management capabilities. So also I'd invite you all to visit the Cisco Powered Services page from Cisco, and you can get all the requirements of launching Cisco Powered Service offerings to your customers. What is the outcome, or what are the benefits that you can get out of the provider program, whether you're Select, Premier, and Gold? The first thing, and is very important, is the provider pricing. You have a special discount as a provider partner who is selling managed service. You're not just reselling, deploying, and that's it. No, you're providing a managed service product to your customer. This is where you have additional points compared to traditional system integrators. This is the standard discount. You have additional points versus the standard discount. This is the first thing. And of course, it depends on the technology itself, which type of products exactly, it varies, right? The additional points would vary. We also have incentives around marketing funds. Since you are launching new services, you are actually booking new business and more business with Cisco with your offered services. We provide you with marketing funds that would help you even accelerate more the service sales for your different offerings. Of course, it increases as the number of Cisco powered service increase. The more services you have and the more bookings you achieve, and the higher the level of the partnership that you have, Select, Premier, and Gold, the more marketing funds that you can get. We also provide you definitely with our sales and marketing enablement platforms, dashboards, and then finally the branding. So you will have the branding for Cisco Select Provider or Cisco Gold Provider, and so on. What can you do with the marketing funds? As you can see here, it covers almost everything that you can think of to promote your offering. So we have business development and go-to-market activities. You can use it for sales incentives, for funded heads. You can recruit funded heads to help you promote more. It could be sales or pre-sales or whatever you want, but it's basically to promote more your managed service to your customers. You can use it to run market research, maybe if you need some insights around the market that you operate in. And of course, the marketing part, which is digital or traditional marketing in countries that are allowed to do traditional events, you can use it as well for your campaigns, for your marketing campaigns. I hope that you find this session useful. I was really happy to join you today and to share with you our success around managed service and to share with you our portfolio. If you have any question, please do reach out to me or to Westcon. We'll be more than happy to support you. Please don't forget to take the quiz questions towards the end of the presentation. And happy day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Lamia, for that very informative session. Our next session is going to focus on how Cisco can support you on your digital marketing needs. Digital marketing has today become the norm for a successful business. By offering benefits such as faster and better reach, cost effectiveness, and better ROI, digital marketing offers a lot of opportunities and can be a true catalyst in the growth of your business, especially in the SMB space. Please join me in welcoming Alpa Mehta, who is the EMER Distribution Marketing Manager at Cisco, and Maria Bretti, who is the EMER Data Center Marketing Lead, to talk about acquiring new small business demand through Radius Digital. Hi, Alpa and Maria. Welcome to the event.
Hi, everyone. It's a pleasure to join you for our Comstor and Cisco Expo. I'm Maria Bretti from Comstor, and I'm the EMEA Data Center and Radius Marketing Lead. Today, I'm joined by Alpa from Cisco. Alpa, over to you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Alpa Mehta. I'm the Cisco Distribution Marketing Manager and also Radius Co-Lead. And we're very excited, Maria and I, to be able to talk to you today about the Radius program and what it is. So Radius has been specifically designed to help you really drive your business growth by helping you to engage and acquire new small business customers. It's an opportunity for you to drive awareness and demand of your key offers, to capture that opportunity with end customers and strike a conversation, all in all helping you to build a healthy pipeline and grow your business. So there's a couple of key facts that we'd like to share with you about Radius. Radius consists of various demand generation offers. Some of you may already be familiar with the webinars that we have been running so far. New for the quarter are bespoke webinar packages that now run across a series of social media channels such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Twitter. Radius now also includes a new telemarketing offer. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that in a moment. And just to reiterate that all participating partners in Radius will receive leads, and you will be responsible for the follow-up and reporting on those leads. So let's dig into this new telemarketing offer. So as we know, telemarketing is a really great tool for generating high quality leads, and it can really help you to strike a conversation, with new customers. So we're working with an agency called MRP to be able to target the right individuals and the right customers for you, so you can have those meaningful conversations. MRP will monitor target accounts that are showing an interest to buy. They will identify the accounts to market to and the correct decision maker within that company, so that we can ensure that the right conversation is being had with the right individual. They will work with you to identify your unique value proposition, and they will conduct the call out campaign on your behalf. Once the campaign is executed, they will provide you with banked qualified leads for you to follow up on, and they will be working with you closely on that lead reporting follow-up process to understand the status of the leads. As you can see, we've had some really great feedback already from some existing Comstor partners who have participated in this offer. They're really pleased with the quality of the leads and looking forward to making the initial customer contact. So this offer is proving to be quite popular, and because of that, we've got a number of partner spaces available, and because of that, places will be given on a first come, first served basis. So make sure you register your interest quickly, and Maria will tell you about how you can do that shortly. So next up is the webinar offer. So some of you, like I said, may already be familiar with this, but we work with an agency called Webinarzy. They provide end-to-end support for you to create and promote your webinars. They use a range of industry-leading automatic tools, to create your webinars, the ad creations, and also ensure that they are targeting the right customers so that your webinar reaches that individual who can really take advantage of your webinar content and take the next steps to getting in touch with you. Like I said, the channels of promotion on social media have now been extended to include Instagram and Twitter, in addition to the Facebook and LinkedIn channels. So specifically, Webinarzy will work with you to create your webinar. They will take care of the ad creations, the landing page, the registration form, and all the webinar communications and reminder emails, so you don't have to worry about that. They'll select the most effective social media platform to ensure they're targeting the right customers to get you the webinar registrants. They will run, manage, and optimize the campaign, sharing back insights about how your webinar is performing, and of course, provide the leads for your follow-up. They're there for you on a one-to-one basis to help you throughout the process and to understand from you also the quality and the status of the leads. Again, we've had some really positive feedback from some Cisco partners enrolled specifically in the webinar offer. They've been able to reach new customers that they hadn't before. These customers were particularly interested in Meraki and WebEx technologies. So I'm sure you're all wondering how you can jump on board and take advantage of these fantastic offers. So I'm going to hand over to Maria, who's going to tell you a bit about how you can get involved and get registered.
Thanks so much, Alpa, and really excited to bring this offering to partners again, and in particular the new telemarketing offer as well. So myself and Alpa will be working closely on this to ensure everything runs smoothly and that you guys can take real advantage of this. To date, we've helped in excess of 100 partners. To be more specific, we've helped 126 partners. So we've enrolled these partners through the program since its launch approximately a year ago. The offerings bring some great value to you guys. So they are valued at from $10,000 to $5,000. So the telemarketing offer in particular is valued at $5,000 per partner. So this is a great opportunity for us to bring you this great value, and this will be covered by Comstor. So to date, we've also bought partners in excess of 260 opportunities. So if they hadn't participated in the Radius program, there's a possibility this wouldn't have been uncovered for them. So we're really, really excited to open this up to you as well, and to hopefully add to this great number. The program provides great value in the sense of a wider reach. In particular, we've had feedback from one participant of the program that tried to reach audiences with their webinar content organically, and they saw that the uptake was actually very low. They then participated in the offering from Webinarzi, and they saw the highest number of registrations that we have seen to date on this particular offering. So they really saw the great value in it. They were extremely enthusiastic, and they made this program work for them. So you're probably wondering what you need to do. So I just want to touch on the type of partners that we think really make the program work for them. So we're looking for partners that are mature in selling small business products and solutions, that have that energy and positive and committed outlook to give the program the best chance. If you are interested in participating, if you think that this sounds like you're the type of partner for the program, we would ask that you reach out to your local Comstor representative prior to Wednesday, the 2nd of February. At the particular stage of you expressing interest, you will be nominated. So that nomination will come through to myself and Alpa. And at this stage, we will communicate all timelines and deadlines that are expected of you. So it's not a case of you'll be nominated and then you'll just be left. We will communicate those deadlines to you. And then we will ensure the relevant agency make contact and introduce themselves. So if we go on and look at some more specifics, as I said, this isn't a case of you being nominated and being left to it. We will be there to support you at every step. And by we, I mean Comstor, Cisco, and the agencies aligned to each of the offerings that Alpa touched on. So I've just broken down into a little table, the kind of steps here that are the key steps and who will assist at each of those steps. The nominations themselves, as I said, if you can please make contact with your local Comstor representative. Those nominations will come through to us, and it is a first come, first serve basis for the telemarketing offer in particular. Then we will brief you on deadlines, and we will ensure those agency introductions happen. The campaign execution and optimization tips will come from the agency themselves. So as Alpa mentioned earlier, she went into specifics around how Webinarzi and MRP will help you at that particular point. If you do have any further questions, obviously reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to fill you in on the details. The provision of leads will come directly from the agency, but we will be on copy. So myself, Alpa, and your local contacts will be on copy of those leads. And if you do have any feedback on the quality or any concerns about that follow-up, reach out to us and we are here to help you. We will then ask you to follow up with the leads in a particular time frame. So again, we'll communicate those time frames to you. We will also set reminders for any long-term leads, and we'll ensure that you also don't let those slip out the net as well. So we'll be there to support. We'll be there to ensure that everything is flowing to the timeframes that are set. But we do ask for your commitment in that follow-up process, and we will ask you to stay close to us, to report back to us on your kind of feedback around the quality of leads, but also any deals that come in as a result of the leads. And that's particularly important so that we can actually evaluate the value of each of these offerings and feed that back to Cisco and make any kind of program improvements moving forward and in the future. So my final call out to you is just to cover off what Alpa said earlier. The spaces are limited, and that is for the telemarketing offer in particular. Deadlines to register interest, as I said previously, that is the 2nd of February. And to register that interest, you should reach out to your local Comstor contact, or you can utilize a form which we'll be providing to you following this event. And this is also included in the slide deck as well. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you all. We hope you found the content we shared insightful. We hope that you're interested in Radius and that you'll join us on this exciting journey. As mentioned at the beginning, there will be a quiz taking place now, so please do participate, and thank you for your time today.
Thanks, Alpa and Maria, for that very insightful session. Let's now take a short break from our techno-commercial sessions and welcome our motivational speaker for today's event, Sana Azam, who is an international speaker, public speaking coach, author, and the co-founder of the tech platform Experts Market. Hi, Sana. Welcome to the event.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sana Sam, and it is my absolute pleasure today to join you for the Comstor and the Cisco Expo. During this session today, you've been listening to how Cisco is constantly innovating to provide best-in-class solutions to your end users, and how you can accelerate your organization's growth by aligning to Cisco's hyper-growth areas. But now I would like to draw your attention to something else that is essential to fuel up this growth to success. Today, we're going to be talking about smart leadership, how to create and be part of a high-performing team. Now, the pandemic definitely changed the rules of engagement. Leadership and what that entails was also changed. And we're learning in real time what that means. We've had an absolute crisis of values with regards to who we are, what we want, and we brought the personal and the professional together to the workplace and to the household. So being a smart leader is to be in tune with what's happening in the market, is to be able to pivot and adapt to these new times. And today we're going to be looking at 3 topics. We're going to be looking at self-leadership, and we're going to be looking at teamwork, and I'm going to be talking about a really interesting case study from Google where they deconstructed and found out what makes high-performing teams do really well. So this is an exciting time. Stay tuned with me. So first, let's look at why careers stall. So we said we're going to look at self-leadership. And it's almost looking at it from the perspective of when does it not work? This research from Harvard tells us why careers stall, or why people in their self-leadership don't necessarily do so well. And so what they found is, I'll give you all of it, 93% to why careers stall, why people don't progress in their careers, is due to their communication style. Let's break that down. So 28% is how you speak. Is it in alignment with the corporate culture? Is it concise? Is it clear? Do people understand what you're saying? Can you delegate? Can you communicate well? The other part is your executive presence. And from there, we're talking about your nonverbal communication, the way you behave, the way you dress, the way you show up at the workplace. So your nonverbals, your executive presence. Again, does it align with the way the organization and its culture, or does it not? And then we have the 29%, which is your peer level relationships. It's quite easy to manage up, but are you managing your peers and your team and your relationships with them? And so what we're finding is 93% of your career is pretty much attributed not just to high performance, which is a given once you become mid-manager and above, but also the way you communicate, the way you build relationships and manage your politics, essentially. The 7% that's left is about being a perfectionist and, in a sense, missing the big picture and really focusing too much on the details. And so when we talk about self-leadership, those that do it well are those that are thinking about all of these elements. And so if you're performing well, you're managing your relationships, keeping a positive atmosphere and aligning with the culture, then that means the ripple effect is going to be there for the organization. The good news is that communication, relationship building, networking, alliance building, and all that, these are skills that you can learn, acquire, and really enhance. The behavioral science is really developed right now, and it has deconstructed all of these things. And so it's just one Google search away for you to enhance the way you relate to others and build relationship to others. I want to talk to you about this person. Do you recognize him? Do you know who he is? In the chat, those of you who recognize this fella, please give me his name. For those of you who are still thinking and not so sure, well, I'll tell you that this is Novak Djokovic. He is an absolute superstar tennis player. And in tennis, they're really great at tracking the data of the performance of tennis players. Well, let's look at Novak. How has his career and his journey been? Well, in 2004 and 2005, he was ranked 680th in the world. Not so great. He was making $300,000 a year, and he's winning about 49% of his matches. A for effort. But let's fast forward. In 2006, 2010, all of a sudden he's ranked third. He's making $5 million and he's winning 79% of his matches. Good job, Novak. Something has happened here. And then in 2011 and 2016, now he's ranked first worldwide. He's making $14 million. He's winning almost all of his matches. So what is it that's happened? Well, in tennis, they measure something that essentially translates into good decision-making. So when he was ranked 680th, how many good decisions when he was competing was he making? Well, what they found was that he was making about 49% good decisions on average during those years. My question to you, when he went from 680th to third worldwide, how many good decisions do you think that he's making? Reasonably more, right? So I would love to see your answers in the chat. How many good decisions is he making in comparison to when he was ranked 680th? Let me tell you what that was. So he's now making, drum rolls, ready, 52% better decisions. He has increased his decision-making and improved it by 3%, but look at his rankings. Such a small difference that has had such a huge effect on his career. How about when he's ranked first? How many good decisions do you think he's making? Well, the answer to that is 55%. What are we learning here from Novak? Well, it only sometimes requires a few small changes to have such a dramatic impact. And sometimes in order for us to win market share, to become leaders, to become more productive, it could be in some small details that really will have such a big impact on the way that you perform, the organization performs. And so my question to you is, what are some of the details that could potentially enhance it? And should you leave any stone unturned? Because you really wouldn't know the impact. Now, Novak, yes, he's a tennis player. He plays on his own, you might think. But check out Team Novak. He has a whole army of people that are helping him perform, stay focused, and do well. And you have his wife, Jelena, that runs his foundation. He has several coaches. He has a spiritual advisor. He has a training partner, a fitness trainer. He has a strategist. And the list actually goes on. And so all of these people are doing their part in order for the team together to win. And everyone is focusing on their specific task. And when they do that well, it translates into him performing well, which translates into everyone doing well. And this is definitely a case of when the team works, the dream works. So that's Team Novak Djokovic. You know, let's move forward and look at teamwork as a whole. What is it that makes it not work? Well, you have research from Patrick Lencioni. He talks about the 5 dysfunctions of a team. And what he found was when there is an absence of trust within a team, so you don't have the safety to speak up, you don't have the safety to share and disclose certain information, or when you have fear of conflict, you don't necessarily object to what's going on, you're not questioning what's happening, you don't want to rock the boat, challenge status quo. When you have a lack of commitment, you know, parts of the team are disengaged, one part is engaged, or when you have an avoidance of accountability, and that's from peer-to-peer accountability, not just top-down, but everyone is holding each other accountable. Or when you have inattention to results, you're not focusing on actually producing what is the most relevant. These elements, they contribute to a team not necessarily working very well. And so when we know what doesn't work, we should be aiming for what does work. Enhance the ability of trusting each other, speaking up, allow people to challenge each other and hold each other accountable and so on. And this is what will bring a team together to really be performing well. And that requires a high element of sincerity, trust, vulnerability, and so on. But I want us to look at what else that could be. You know, you might say, well, is it about bringing the best-in-class people to an organization? Let's learn something from Super Chicken. Yes. So chickens, what can we learn in management about chickens, you might ask? Well, William Muir, he's an evolutionary biologist from Purdue University. He ran this incredible experiment where he gathered all these chickens and he was saying, I wonder what would happen if I would pick out the best super chicken to see what they would produce. Would they produce more? What would happen? So he had this flock of chicken over 6 generations. He would see which ones of the chicken were producing most eggs. And so he went, these guys are producing more eggs, and then gathered super chicken, super chicken, super chicken, super chicken in a flock in one group. So here we have the high performers. And then he took the average producing chicken and put them in the average flock group. And then he observed. So he's saying, what's going to happen now? He went to the average chicken and he said, okay, well, let me see what's going on. Turns out they were plump, they were full feathered, they were healthy, they were living their best lives. And they were still producing a healthy amount of eggs. Great. That's what happened in the average chicken category. But what happened in the high performing super chicken flock? Well, what he found was actually quite perverse. From all of the chicken, after a few generations of observing them, there were only 3 chicken left. The remaining had essentially been killed. They had competed so much so between each other that, they decided to have some winners and some losers. So it was quite aggressive. And what we can take from that is it's not necessarily about having the highest performers, say in an organization, that are competing with each other. Competition, in a sense, breeds a bit of a toxic environment. And whilst collaboration is a great managerial strategy, and it has been proven to work. We've seen it in the super chicken case. We've seen it in other academic research observing what makes high-performing teams do well. So fostering a collaborative culture is really a great key ingredient for high performance. Now, what other case studies do we have? Well, let's look at Google. Google ran this incredible project obsessing about understanding what is it that creates high-performing teams? Like, what is the formula? So in 2012, they spent 2 years analyzing about 180 teams, interviewing, having over 200 interviews, looking at 250 attributes within a team, trying to figure out, is it the Ivy Leagues or is it those with great grades, or what is the combination that creates a high-performing team? And so what they found was fascinating. They found 3 main things, all right? So the first finding was that when you look at a high-performing team, they on average in a meeting will allow almost everyone to speak at roughly the same amount, net, when the meeting is over. So there's not just one person dominating a meeting, but everyone has enough comfort and trust to speak up, share their mind, and being welcomed into the conversation. That's one. And then number 2 is that they have average social sensitivity. How do we translate that? Within the team, there is, in a sense, care and EQ and kind of an analysis of how the others are feeling. And so that type of care within the team will really fosters camaraderie and, again, higher performance because everyone can show up as themselves. They don't need to separate their professional from private persona. They just can be. And number 3, which is so important, is that there's a high level of psychological safety. So just as we spoke about Patrick Lencioni's fear of conflict, this is what creates a dysfunction. In a high-performing team, you have psychological safety to speak up, to share information, to challenge each other, to really hold each other accountable. And so this psychological safety is what will really make people blossom and thrive. So we've learned from the Google case study. We've seen what super chickens and nature says about collaboration. We've looked at some research. And so on that note, I want to finish with a quote from Michael Jordan, where he says that talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence win championships. And so it is truly about collaboration that will really produce fantastic results. Thank you.
Thank you, Sana, for that great session. Lots of takeaways for us to apply to our personal and professional lives. I would now like to welcome Veronica Mistova, who is the EMEA Enterprise and Cloud Networking Marketing Manager at Comstor, to talk about exploring the power of always on with Comstor Partner Portal. Hi, Veronica. Welcome to the event.
Happy New Year, everyone. My name is Veronika Mishtova. I'm EMEA Marketing Lead for Enterprise Networking here at Comstor. It is a pleasure to be here at Comstor and Cisco Expo with you. Today, I will introduce to you Comstor Partner Portal. It is a secure, personalized, exclusive area for you, our business partners, designed to keep you ahead of competition and grow your Cisco business more profitably and efficiently with us. Its competitive advantage is based in a variety of valuable content created and collated by our Cisco experts. In next few minutes, you will see short introduction video and live demonstration of Comstor Partner Portal, focusing on Small Business Hub, product selectors, and library. Please enjoy the video.
Experience the Comstor Partner Portal, a members-only, content-rich and intuitive portal for our Cisco resellers with a small business focus area. You'll be presented with a wealth of personalized and relevant content aligned to your needs, with trending topics and an opportunity to register for relevant events. You can utilize our portal to check stock, order history, open RMAs, and much more by accessing Partner View, our self-service e-commerce platform. Access our content library, where you can find first-class content, including highly relevant and useful collateral, technical information, competitive documents, videos, tutorials, and best-of-breed tools. The majority of our assets have been created and collated by our in-house experts. Utilize our Small Business Hub and Product Configurator to discover the best solutions for your small business end customers. Super quick, easy, and intuitive. A digital-first approach has been taken when developing this platform, with an opportunity to engage and interact on polling with instant results. The portal will be the one place to go for all your needs. Access all tools, Comstor and Cisco, with easy navigation to the very best promotions across all Cisco architectures that will maximize your profitability. Register now so we can help you grow more profitably through our Cisco expertise and knowledge, assisting you at each and every phase of your Cisco selling journey. Discover much more today.
Now we will get directly to the Comstor Partner Portal. How to navigate there? It's easy. Go to our website, westconcomstor.com, select your region or country in the top right corner. In the top navigation, go to Comstor, and first in the row, you will see Comstor Partner Portal. Get to the info page, and right on the top, you can see Access Now button. Please click that. You will be getting into the login registration page to the Partner Portal. If you want to register, click Register and get to the easy short form. Fill that in, submit, and we will receive your request that will be validated within 48 hours. After that, you will receive the invite via email to get to your Comstor Partner Portal. If you want to log in, click Login. Here you can see the login screen. If you are already the Partner Central SSO user, please use your SSO login to log into Comstor Partner Portal using this button down here. Let me just log in with my details. Welcome to the Comstor Partner Portal. Once you are logged in, the portal is fully personalized, ensuring your unique experience, beginning with your local Comstor contact details through the regional content. Portal houses the latest incentives and promotions. Also valuable programs that will help you grow. The personalization is carried over also into the tools. From Portal, you can easily navigate to our e-commerce platforms, PartnerView and Blue Sky, enabling you to place orders, check stock, place RMAs, and much more. You can also discover the other Comstor and Cisco tools available to you. Let's look at the Small Business Hub. This area will guide you to ways of being more profitable and successful within small business market. In Comstor Hub, you can find Comstor contact details dedicated to small business in the right top corner. If you scroll down, you can find trending topics, small business resources, well organized within separated sections like small business promotions, demand generation assets, small business latest training, as well as our in-house made possibly the most comprehensive Cisco small business guide in the market, updated quarterly to make sure that you are on top of your Cisco updates. Little over, we can find Cisco Design Portfolio Overview organized by Cisco architecture. Let's look at some of the examples. Here you can see collaboration. Also, again, on the top right corner, you can see dedicated collaboration contact for your region and country. And down, you can see more detail on the specific architecture, Cisco Design Portfolio. You can access the portfolio also from the top navigation right here. To make positioning of Cisco Design Portfolio easy for you, we have created a small business configurator. By answering few simple questions regarding your customer project, we will provide you with recommended solution tailored to their needs. Let's just select few of those. You will be instantly getting recommended complete solution consisting of access point, firewall, and switch. If you select Show Related Products option in here and resubmit, you will get also additional security and collaboration products. You can easily add to quote your solutions by clicking Add to Quote button. After you are done, you can request a quote by clicking this button at the bottom. As you can see, your quote has been requested successfully, and our sales teams will be sending you the quote shortly. The quote can be always adjusted or consulted with our sales and pre-sales experts. Next to the small business configurator, our team has developed also two product selectors, access point and switch selectors. Those are accessible through the top navigation, tools, and selectors. Let's look at the access point selector. With few key questions, we are able to present to you relevant products from wide pool of Cisco portfolio, sorted conveniently by price, from the cheapest option to the most expensive. Let's select few options. You would like on-premise controlled. You would like indoor access point with the gigabit ports, and it should be Wi-Fi 6 access point. Here you can see the selection of the wide pool of Cisco options. You can also load more. And again, by adding to the quote button, you can select your desirable access points and request the quote as within the small business selector. Access point and switch selectors will provide you selection out of more than 700 products instantly, 24/7 on any device when you are talking to customer or when you are office or on a go. Use your access to these selectors as your competitive advantage, together with all other available assets. Those can be easily found through the partner portal library. Go to library, click latest content, and here you see overview of the latest assets that have been uploaded onto the partner portal. You can easily filter by using filters on the left side. Those can be easily found in the portal library. Use filters on the left side to search for your content. You can easily select, for example, small business. If you want to look for the videos on small business, and here you have got the selection of the content. You can change your desired, you can change the filters anytime, or just simply type your keyword into the search. I hope the presentation was insightful, and we will see more registration coming in today. Thank you for your time. There will be quiz taking place right now, so please stay tuned. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Veronica, for that very informative session. You may have heard the expression, data is the new oil. And in case of renewing customer subscriptions, data is priceless. Contract renewal time is your chance to put a digital lifecycle practice into motion, enhance cash flow, increase margins, and stand out from the competition by developing your role as a strategic part of your customer's team. To talk about driving profitability through renewals, I would like to welcome Umaima, who is the EMER Distribution Renewals Lead at Cisco. Hi, Umaima. Welcome to the Comstor and Cisco Expo.
Hi, everyone. I am Umaima Rujbani. I'm a distribution renewals lead for Middle East and Africa. It's a pleasure to join you for Comstor and Cisco Expo. Today, I'll be covering how you can drive your profitability with renewals and what are the 4 steps to increase your renewal rate. But before starting, I wanted to get your attention to this number. And I would like you to think here, what does this number represent? $130 million of renewal opportunities combined with services and software for partners that are in this event today. $35. What does 35 mean to you? 35% is the average of in-quarter renewal rate for our partners in this event today, with the 47% being the average in-quarter renewal rate for Middle East and Africa. Now, what does that mean? It means that we are leaving a lot of money and opportunity on the table every quarter. $90 million a year on average if we are only renewing 35% of our renewal opportunities. That is more than 22 million per quarter of missed opportunities. This is our projections for future years are based on current growth we are seeing across EMER. 2 years from now, in 2024, your recurrent revenue will represent the majority of your business, 56% of it, where product non-subscription will start to decline to 44% and then to 31% in FY25. So if we don't build a practice around your recurrent revenue, and if we don't have a sales motion around renewals, this will continue to be revenue leakage into the future and a loss of a lot of opportunities. Now, how can we increase our profit? Well, first step is to align with Cisco and with your distributor. After reviewing the install base of the customer, see what do they have for expiring. Not just for the next 12 months, but also for the next 24 months, the next 36 months. And you can use Cisco Ready or PXP, Partner Experience Platform, to get the actionable data and insights to help you make a plan on how you will approach each customer. Align with Cisco team and with your distributor on your approach and engage as early as possible to increase the likelihood of the renewal. Now, second is simplification, and practicing simplification will not only simplify the renewals in the future, but will also increase your profit and deliver a better customer experience. So start consolidation, and enterprise agreement is such a great vehicle when it comes to the software business. Co-termination and consolidation of contracts where enterprise agreement cannot be sold. Third is automation. If you want to accelerate on renewals, then automation is a key. We have seen that partners who have used automation have increased their in-quarter renewal rate. Work with Comstor on the automation by leveraging their tools and their automated platforms. Customers will benefit if we spend less time searching for aggregated renewal data and spend more time understanding their business and understanding their needs. You can also leverage a free program from Cisco called the Lifecycle Advantage with Cisco Commerce APIs. That will allow you to engage with your customers in a simple way and will help you accelerate on the renewal process. Now, fourth is about building a renewal practice and optimizing profitability. By building a renewal practice around each architecture and understanding the business needs, you will unlock the doors to success. We do this by customer experience specializations. Partners who invest in the specialization will earn higher rebates for selling new CX offers. And some of the long-term benefits are increasing customer loyalty and stickiness, increase incremental revenue with the cross-sell and upsell opportunities, improve the renewal rates and revenue predictability. Last but not least, earn incentives throughout the life cycle. Now, it's not a secret, team. The 3C is a great way for simplification and increasing your profit. Customers are burdened by the number of contracts they have to renew, and the complexity can be overwhelming. So what can we do to increase our profit and simplify the contract management for our customers? Well, cover the uncover. The more devices we cover, the lower our customer risk and the non-compliance. Co-terminate, identify unnecessary spread out expiration dates and combine them. Consolidate whenever possible, combine multiple services or software agreements into a one. Now, I want to take you to this example. What you're seeing here is an IB of a DNA subscription customer. They have multiple renewal events in multiple quarters and multiple years. Now, if I was you in this situation, the first thing I would think about is consolidation. And what is better than enterprise agreement when it comes to the software business? Because you don't want to be working on smaller opportunities expiring in different quarters in the year, resulting in different challenges that may lead to attrition and possibly losing the customer. And customer success is really not about when is the next renewal date, but it's about the lifetime value. And really, customer success is not about when is the next renewal date, but it's about the lifetime value. This is our responsibility as a partner organization to drive this. Cisco Ready CXIB. Why do I want to refer to this tool? So here, I want you to look with me at number one. We have the total IB covered. This is how much you have already covered from your installed base with all of these customers. And this is how much you have still uncovered with a 57% in quarter renewal rate. Now, number two, the IB share percentage will show you how much of that installed base do you own against each customer. Okay. Number three will show you the number of partners. Then if you look further, you can see how much of that IB is still uncovered or have already been covered with the number of contracts and the number of end dates. Now, the most important here is for you to look at each customer and how much uncovered business do they have there. Okay. Now, try to leverage those customers where you have a good relationship with. And if you look at this example where you see customer number 4, you have 60% of that installed base. Okay, so you own 60% of that installed base, which you can use this relationship to speak to your customer and ask them what happened about the 1.2 million of uncovered business. Okay. You can ask your customer for a letter of consent in order to review their installed base and all of their uncovered contracts. Okay, so there is a lot of opportunities here for you to capture. Now, if you look at number 6, my expired TAM, what it says here, this is your total addressable market. This is the total expired opportunities. But below, you can see the total expired TAM for all the partners. So all the customers that you're seeing here in this tool, this is the number of expired contracts. So you have lots of opportunities, as I mentioned. Begin having a conversation with your customer into renewing those contracts, and make sure that we are consolidating and co-terminating everything to give a high proposal or a high value proposal to our customers. When do you start a renewal? Educate your customers on the risk of an expired contract and being non-compliant. Remind them that we would like to ensure that they are not exposed to any risks or any downtime. Now, we have learned in the past years that public sector accounts have the longest renewal cycle due to tenders and RFPs. And overall, in the Middle East and Africa, if you don't engage enough in advance, we will not expect the renewal to happen on time. So start engaging with them 5 to 6 quarters in advance for public sector, 3 to 4 quarters in advance for enterprise, and 2 quarters in advance for commercial and small business. 3 easy steps towards a renewal practice. Drive early engagement depending on the segment of the account. Focus on consolidation and co-termination across timelines and architecture. Renewal approach around each architecture for software and for services. By understanding the needs and understanding the steps that you need to take before starting a renewal conversation, we have increased your profit and we have delivered a better customer experience. Thank you. I hope you found the content I shared insightful. There will be a quiz after this, so please make sure that you take it. So stay tuned, and thank you very much for listening.
Thanks, Umaima, for that very informative session. In today's connected, fast paced world, consumers and hybrid workers alike are hard pressed for time. The success of a business is quickly dependent on whether they can help deliver their product or service as quickly and securely as possible. Totally satisfied customers contribute 14 times as much revenue as somewhat dissatisfied customer. So a superior customer service or CX is a must have in an organization's business strategy. I would now like to invite Shaheen, who is the Partner Development Manager for CX Lifecycle Services at Cisco Systems, to talk about delivering success with Cisco CX and services. Hi, Shaheen. Welcome to the event.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shaheen Nilofer from Cisco Systems, part of the Middle East and Africa channel team. I manage the CX lifecycle practice across. Today's conversation is more about the CX partner transformation. How do we build a successful customer success practice within the CX community? So a couple of things before I start is what is that we are doing different at Cisco, right? So we're going through a lot of transformation. We're going through a lot of programs and promotions and so on. So before we get into the details of things, I want us to all think back and understand what are we busy doing, right? So we are doing the same things we are doing for the last 25 years. Cisco's been around and so on, selling hardware products and services. But a couple of things we need to start doing different is because of the whole software transformation. So we need to start learning new things, right? Pretty much, I like this picture because it shows that this is something new we need to learn on how we drive our new go-to-market model, right? And as we do that, there are a lot of questions with our partners that say, okay, we have built a rebate-centric practice across services and software. We have a very siloed approach to life cycle. We need to get CX specialized. We need to drive with business outcomes. We need to upsell a lot of services, and we need to accelerate our growth and profitability. This is quite a few of the questions that go through our partners. So today, what we're going to do is unlearn a couple of things, right, on what exactly is our priority. What should we be doing different from what we've been doing across all these years, and try to understand how are we best prepared for the next transformation wave that's hitting us as partners at Cisco. Right? So that's pretty much the efforts that we are in today. And why are we doing this? The reason we're doing this is because we are reimagining our customers' business. We are reimagining how they can get to business outcomes faster from the solutions they are purchasing. It's just not about buying a set of kit, the products, services attached to it, and then just telling the customer all the best with that. It's about understanding the customer's business, working along the journey of whether it's implemented correctly, adopting all the solutions and licenses, and ultimately getting to a point of the customer's recurring business with that solutions, and ensuring that we are there along the way, along with Cisco partner and customer collaboration, right? Now, in order to do that, we need to first sort of break it down. So you've seen this life cycle practice across, or life cycle in various ways. So one of the things we need to start looking at is today, how are we doing business? We are looking at our traditional approach of sales, customer engagements, partners, and of course, how are we tracking customer satisfaction? So the sales approach we have is pretty much product-led sales, and ultimately maybe renewals and sales of those services. We have a very opportunistic customer engagement where, okay, if customer comes up with that specific process, then we have those engagements with the customer. Now, partners tend to provide a very reactive approach to that, right? So they whenever RFP is there, or whenever there is a customer attached to it, then we go and provide that support to that customer. This pretty much we don't start measuring the churn, we don't measure how satisfied the customer is, and so on. So it leads to a lot of revenue leakage. So what we need to change is what we need to transform into a more transformative approach is we need to get into business outcome discussion, right? Every time a product is sold, we need to understand why is this product being positioned with this customer? Is it the surrounding infrastructure correct for that specific customer? And what should be the outcome after 12 months and more to understand if this solution has been utilized by the customer into the next set of expansion opportunities, right? So that's something we need to start looking at. What is the customer engagement? Is it proactive, business outcome focused, rather than the customer saying, this is the refresh I would need, and this is, serial numbers going out of support. What is the thing you can do? And having that solution more, or okay, here, that's great. You've adopted the whole security solution, but I think you definitely need to go the next distance of adopting the next, maybe have a data center to support that, and so on. So that kind of a discussion is more proactive and business outcome focused. And for us partners, we need to provide engagement across the life cycle, as against just purchasing the kit and giving and the implementation and delivery to the customer, and sort of going to them after the renewal, during the renewals time after a year. So it needs to be an ongoing journey from onboard, implement, use, and adopt, and then that pretty much will lead to the overall customer satisfaction, right? So this is in a nutshell where we need to move from a more traditional approach to a more transformative approach as we go across the life cycle. So, having said that, the agenda of my today's presentation is to give you a snapshot of what is the customer success practice, what is the portfolio, what is the digital practice that you need to adopt, and definitely what is the profitability in doing all that. Right, that's something which we need to be really conscious about as we grow across this transformation journey. So, customer success practice. This is something we need to start looking at because this is something new for all of us at Cisco and for our partners, where we need to adopt, we need to expand, we need to look at the solution after the sales and the deployment has been done, and so on, right? So, what is this, right? What is the practice that we need to start building now that we have more than 80% of our overall business coming from services and software? We need to focus on recurring. So this is something we need to start looking at very closely. Now, customer success methodology. So it is more of a practice and methodology where we look at, okay, we've now bought the kit, we've looked at the product, software, and services for that customer. How do we take it from landing to adopt to expanding and renewing that specific solution, right? So more often we at Cisco and our partners are very good in actually landing the deal, right? But we need to start looking at how we're going to adopt that solution, how we're going to expand that solution, ultimately get to a renewal point. So for that, we need to look at who are the teams involved, right? What are the activities that need to be done to move from one pit stop to another? What is the expansion opportunities, and what are the renewal activities that we need to do? Right? So these are some of the things we need to start focusing on who does what and how do we do it. And just to double click on that, we need to look and find out what is the best model that fits us. And we as at Cisco, we have a standard model that will define what are the different stages that you need to build, how do we need to do that, and what are the different capabilities that you need to build across that life cycle. So one of the basic three, or rather six capabilities that we will need to have in this journey is that we need to start building the CX teams. We need to define a lifecycle methodology for driving that customer success. We need to build a handoff process because you definitely saw that you have a sales, adoption, expansion, and renewal teams that involves pre-sales, sales, delivery, renewals teams across the board, right? And then you also need to look at how do you embrace new CX services models as against just a SmartNet or PSS or solution support. You need to look at how partners can deliver on those services. You need to start looking at having adoption services exercise and invest in a digital practice. So pretty much you can see an end-to-end approach of how you drive an overall services and software business on adoption. So this encompasses, it's something called the customer success practice. And from a roles perspective, and this is very important to understand because many of you as partners have been asked to drive a CX specialization certification. So this is very important to understand how we are driving from a customer success portfolio perspective is that we're looking at engaging from a standard stages 1 to 4, where you're driving the actual value of the need with the customer, understanding what the different architecture he needs, what's the infrastructure already available, what are the services and software that he needs to have in that journey, and so on. And then you also have the delivery teams that will implement the solutions, the customer success teams that will adopt the solutions, and ultimately the renewals team that will help renew that solution after a year or 3 years. Now, having said that, we will need to look at what is exactly the handoff process, what are the roles and responsibility of each of these individuals that move across. Because what happens more often than not is we definitely have the sales team that do the overall engagement in times of sales, and then hand over it to the delivery teams. But what is not happening is where the customer success team steps in and says, okay, this is not this needs to be adopted, this needs to be installed, hence the adoption will take place. So it's called more of a back and forth discussion. So a streamlined process needs to be there to make sure that the adoption happens seamlessly. And ultimately, the renewals team also needs to get involved to make sure that the in-quarter renewal rate happens on time, because that's a major metric that you will be measured on as well, right? And not going to deep dive down, but you can clearly see that there are roles and responsibilities across each and every pit stop we have, and there are different partner roles to measure this. And this is a pretty much a new conversation we have with our customers. Because customers usually we look at implementing, maybe activating a couple of licenses, but we need to be there for the customers throughout the life cycle journey. And this is an exhaustive activity list that we'll share later on, but then it gives you an idea how do we engage with the customer. Right, and that's a quick snapshot of how customer success like. Now let's look at customer success portfolio, so otherwise known as the overall services portfolio in the past. So the customer success portfolio, again, a major part of the partner model that we are driving at Cisco is that we need to move from a break-fix approach, a reactive and a people-intensive approach, to a very proactive approach involving life cycle, proactive, predictive services with insights and analytics. Customers need more services than just that, okay, my switch has failed or my box is not working, and this is something we need to raise an RMA, and with that discussion to more of insights-based approach that this is the entire, the network, the configuration is sort of, not streamlining accurately. This is what you can do with it, and sort of mitigating those issues prior to then those occurrences actually happening, prior to those crashes actually happening with the customer, right? So this is something what we need to look at from a very proactive approach on those services. And in order to do just that, in order to adapt to the new set of services that we are running, we have 3 basic groups of services that we formed. One is the success tracks, the business critical services, and solution support services. So success tracks, as you all know, is a combined services of solution and services where we have solution support, partner dashboards, insights, analytics, along with CX and PX. It not only helps the customer move from one use case to another use case and measure progress, but also helps you give that visibility of what are in terms of services that you can support with the customer on, install-based management, contracts management, and of course your adoption progress. Business critical services, again, a major portfolio where you can do end-to-end analysis and mitigation of network management portfolio, and it is now available to partners as well. And of course, we have our support services in terms of solution support, SmartNet, and PSS. So these are the totally different kind of services that have been packaged, and you can clearly see that the portfolio has moved from just being reactive to being more proactive with more insights and analytics. Now, having said that, we have evolved, and most of you would have attended the trainings on partner lifecycle services, where we are looking at having a consolidated view of success track, BCS, and solution support integrated into one whole umbrella called the Partner Lifecycle Services, which I wouldn't say an evolution of PSS, but more of integrating all those services that are available into a partner-led model. That is something, if you're really interested in partner delivery, you should check out and look at how that works and what is the criteria and eligibility for the new partner lifecycle services that was launched in Partner Summit. So, as I said, we are evolving Cisco CX portfolio and partner model and creating, the depth and breadth for Cisco partners for their customers that have very different needs from the past. So we're looking at accelerating customer success and services across the board. But even the partner opportunities are increasing by the day. We are achieving rewards by reselling, increasing profitability with lifecycle services, and also differentiating your own branded solution. So imagine the amount of insights and analytics that come across from this data and dashboards, where you can start creating your niche services for your own customers and delivering them with backed up by Cisco services. So that's something what you need to start looking at as well. Now, going to the next piece of digital practice. So you can clearly see that we've looked at a customer success practice, we looked at the Cisco success portfolio. Everything had something called the insights, analytics, dashboards, and so on. So we're no more dependent on just an Excel sheet based approach where customer gives you a list of BOQ and you look at and analyze and add a bunch of hardware and software lines to it, but more of having what is a real-time dashboard that gives me the data as to where the customer is in terms of adoption, in terms of services, in terms of infrastructure utilization, right? Those are the things that you need to start looking at. And of course, this is a part of the digital practice of a partner model that you have. So just to give you an example is how do you drive adoption with a digital practice? So let's say the customer is stuck in adopt phase or an onboard phase. So using success tracks, using LCA, using a couple of other dashboards that we have, customer will recommend that these are the steps that you need to do in order to move to the next set of the adoption journey. In step 2, the customer sees, yes, these are the activities that has been done. The partner supports the customer in doing those activities, and then they move to step 3 in making sure that few features are utilized fully. And in step 4, the partner again looks at what are the steps for the next set of adoption journey. So clearly you can see that is scalable, repeatable digital practice that helps both the customer and the partner collaborate and go hand in hand in ensuring that the solution goes further and deeper into the customer's premise to make sure that it's fully deployed and utilized by the customer. And in order to do that, we have a lot of tools, and one of the most pioneering tools is called the Lifecycle Advantage. And recently we have launched the Success Program Insights. And if not already, you should definitely get access to this tool, which is free from Cisco and gives you, the partner, individual reports of the customers and the architecture you have sold, and to measure what are the different use cases that you have sold and how do they progress across into each of those customer journeys, right? This is something that you really need. And the other piece that we are also looking at is integrating our PX Cloud APIs. PX Cloud is a one-stop shop for all the digital assets that a partner would need in terms of customer lists, contract details, IB management, assets, service coverage, and so on, and also give you insights and analytics in a lot of things, including case management, automated fault management, predictive crash checks, and compliance checks. So PX Cloud is going to come now. Right now, PX Cloud will be mostly available through success tracks, but then soon it will be available for supporting partner lifecycle services, so you get a holistic view of the customer. And in order to get into more details of how you can develop an API practice within your customers, within your organization as partners, is that you can develop commerce API, service API, Cisco support APIs, PX Cloud, and DevNet APIs, right? And including smart accounts and licensing APIs. So Cisco is making the the opportunities open for so that you can integrate the solutions into your own solutions that are working and making sure that they are streamlined and the data is streamlined into your ERP systems as well. So that's pretty much a digital practice that we are opening up. And please make sure that you have the access and you leverage that, because that's the next big thing that we are doing, and moving away from more just a reactive approach of renewals, adoptions, and growth. Now let's look at a use case. So what are we actually trying to do here, right, in terms of all services and customer success? Let's say the customer is more focused on business growth, right? They want to make more money, save money, and mitigate risk in the infrastructure. This is on the broader level of where the focus of every customer is, because of the business they run. Now, what do you need to think about is, if I sell this solution, which business lever does this customer offer for the customer? Do I improve the operational efficiency? Do I increase revenue? Do I protect their brand, employee satisfaction, increase time to market, or risk reduction? So we need to start thinking more into lines of businesses as against just selling that solution to the customer and walking away. So this will make more business sense on how we're driving that. Let's take an example of DNA center. For example, if you've landed a DNA center in the standard sales motion, right? So activation of DNAC, you as a customer success manager at the partner completes the success plan with the client focused on the business outcome, define which business outcome is leveraged, and so on. It drives the activation and of that specific solution. Customer now starts utilizing the solution, provisions the DNAC, provision security, policy changes, and so on, and submits a business case. And then because the customer started utilizing the DNAC, they just don't want a smart net or some reactive service, but they want a more proactive service, like in terms of success track and so on, to make sure that their DNAC has a robust service to fall back on, and you can start adding on more services to that specific solution. So guess what you've done? You've actually increased operational efficiency, increased time to market, increased revenue for yourself. There's a lot of risk reduction because of the management of infrastructure to the DNA platform, and of course, employee satisfaction due to a lot of security concerns that you have mitigated. So what we want to do is move away from an infrastructure discussion. Definitely, you need to have that, but we need to have a more outcome-based discussion as we move away from the just a product, hardware, and software discussion with the customer. And a couple of reasons why you want to move into this practice is, you need to understand what is the reason you want to invest in this practice. What is the outcome you will be driving? How do I increase revenue? What is a life cycle practice should I focus on? Because there are a lot of things you need to understand. How do you move? How do I justify the spend? Because it's a new process, new investment that you need to start doing, and who will be the executive sponsor? And we have a team across Cisco and Comstor to help you do that. So please do reach out to them on how and why, or how and whys of the overall CX practice. And just to give you a head start on how to start your lifecycle practice, establish how the business case will be funded, what are the resources that you need to start investing in, create some baselines and KPIs, have an executive sponsor, and start monitoring your investments on the CX practice, understand how it works, and sort of replicate that into the next software vendor. So this is more, a repeatable, scalable practice that you need to start developing in order to make sure that the utilization of software is fully done. Now, just to deep dive on the partner profitability of our overall CX practice, because definitely this is where a major portion of our focus is for our partners from Cisco, is that we have looked at the business value of partner-driven lifecycle services the revenue increases by 54%, the average spend of the customer also increases by 98%, and the upsell rate is around 75%. Clearly, because you're driving, the more value you drive with the partner, the customer is actually going to come back to you and say, listen, this is where I need help, and so on. So you're going to really open up doors for the customer in terms of value, and you in terms of increasing the wallet share from the customer. And from a profitability point of view as well, from a Cisco programs, we are moving towards more into the future of adoption, lifecycle, partner delivery, and value-added services in terms of practice, portfolio delivery, and margin drivers. So we need to be conscious that we're not going to be more moving into more transformative rebates again as against just a transactional rebates for attach and renew. Rather than just selling those services, we need to look at positioning lifecycle offers. We need to look at more partner delivery, so to increase that revenue, and moving from just incentive-based approach to more insights and analytics into our deals. The reason why we want to do that is today we are looking at, let's say, the Cisco CX or services, and you add on your own partner professional services. But we want to add more and more to that partner delivery model, where you look at more partner delivery models in terms of success tracks, PLS, and so on. You have higher coverage through enterprise agreements and make sure that end to end it's covered by EAs, and then you sell more value added services. So pretty much your CX portfolio increases with the customer, and so does. So this is the goal of where we want to go with our partners in terms of profitability and of course value add with our customer. Now let's look at the different partner profitability program framework. So if you're looking at different programs across, at least specifically for CX, it is driven in a very siloed approach. You'll have somebody looking at VIP, you'll have somebody looking at CSPP, and then you also have the CX support services in terms of life cycle. So these are not something that are totally different and vary. You need to start integrating into a life cycle continuum. So suppose you're selling a total deal, you need to look at how much of CSPP rebates you get from attach, what are the VIP incentives, what are the life cycle incentives I get from positioning or the EA adoption engagements at sell, and then you have onboard, and then you have use, and then renew. So you need to, at every pit stop, not only align in terms of roles and responsibilities, but also engage and align in terms of profitability. So that is where we need to start looking at, from a program perspective, how aligned and how maximized on all the programs we are doing, so ensure that the profitability stays. These are just examples on how we can align in terms of CSPP, right? You all are aware about the whole life cycle of attach, delivery, and renewals. And then this is just a sample from TPV. And of course, the life cycle incentive rebates, where the more you adopt and utilize and activate, the more rebates you're going to get. And of course, you need to be a CX specialized partner for adopt. And then the more you activate from the customer, you're increasing the value of software into that account. So that's something that you need to start leveraging in terms of LCI incentives and aligning yourself from who does these incentives across the life cycle. So just an example of how you would get the amounts if you sell, let's say, a 200K EA. Suppose today you don't do any life cycle opportunities or incentives, you would get around $6,000. But if you definitely do one, you will get $7,500 for life cycle starter, 15 incentive, and adopt you need around 25. So over a course of 12 months, just for that 200K DNA EA sale, you would get around $54,000 over 12 months. So that's a good return on investment on positioning that EA. So, but the alignment is key. The knowledge is key of how do you incentivize all these customers and so on. Now, in order to do all that, so you would have heard from a lot of your team members on the CX specialization. This is very key for us to move forward in transformation. Please do reach out again to Comstor to understand what are the different areas of focus on customer experience specialization. We will share the slides, and this is something really key for all gold partners that are going through, and the end date is April 7th, to make sure that your CX specialized minimum to get to that point. And this is just a roadmap to show you that customer experience specialization takes average 6 to 12 months, and the advanced level takes 12 to 18 months. So if you're in the process of getting yourself certified before the date of April 7th, so please make sure that you are well aware of what are the different identified requirements to make sure that you're done on time. Just a couple of benefits for CX specialization. So you get a lot of benefits in terms of discounts. You're definitely supported by a customer experience specialized partner from Cisco, and there are various other benefits in terms of discounts and back-end rebates for being a CX specialized partner. And one of the key things I'm going to wrap up is our partner profitability calculator is also live, so you can leverage that because you can look at what are the different, since I've discussed a lot of success portfolio, you can look at what are the various portfolio you have, how profitable I can get within that, and so on. Now, with that, you've heard a lot from me in terms of customer success portfolio, customer experience practice, and our digital practice, and of course, our profitability. It is quite a lot of information, and we'll definitely share the slides, but do start the engagement, start the transformation, as this is very key for both partner and Cisco to ensure that we are a software-led, we lead in the recurring revenue and software-led practice. With that, thank you so much. And I think we do have a quiz right now coming up.
Thanks, Shaheen, for that very informative session. Our next session will be focusing on Cisco Enterprise Agreements, EA, which is a cross-portfolio buying program that offers 3 or 5-year agreements that gives customer a simple way to procure software services and support across Cisco's software portfolio. Customers can choose from either a single architecture enrollment or construct a cross-architecture agreement with multiple enrollments. to talk about software and services buying simplified by Cisco's enterprise agreement. I would like to welcome Pinar, who is the MIA software lead at Cisco.
Hello, everyone. This is Pinar Yıldız Budakoğlu from Cisco. I am the Middle East Africa software lead for Cisco. And it's a pleasure for me to join you guys today for Comstor and Cisco Expo. Today, we have one of the most top priority topics. I'll be talking about Cisco Enterprise Agreement 3.0 offering, which has been launched in Partner Summit back in November. And today, we would like to run you through the details of this new offering. So here is a small agenda. I will first start with the Enterprise Agreements 2.0 as a refresh so that I can easily relate to the changes that we have on the Enterprise Agreement 3.0. Then we will be looking into the details on EA 3.0. We will continue with the partner requirements. We also want to share what's in it for you because there are lots of incentives around the enterprise agreements. And then I will leave you with the resources. Any other details, any other questions you might have, you can visit anytime you like all those resources to gain more knowledge around the enterprise agreements. So this said, let's start with the Enterprise Agreement 2.0. Let's first start with the definition of an enterprise agreement. I am sure you're already familiar with this. It has been more than like 3 years now that we are exclusively focusing on enterprise agreements. So it is a buying program that helps our customers to combine multiple Cisco solutions under a single agreement. And by doing this, we want to offer our customers the platform where they can have access, easy access to the new licenses and solutions that are offered under the enterprise agreement. And we provide many benefits such as true forward, financial predictability, co-termination. Whenever you're adding a new suite, it is already co-terminated. And we do provide flexible payment options such as annual payments. The only thing is that we need it to be a minimum 3 to 3 year agreement. So it can be from 3 years to 5 years. And with the latest changes, now we have all our software portfolio as part of an enterprise agreement. Let's quickly recap what we have in EA 2.0. So I'm sure you have seen this slide many times as well. The main architecture that we have, enterprise networking, which is named as Cisco DNA. highlights in a nutshell. Let's start with easier expansion. As you know, in EA 3.0, we needed to have full enterprise coverage for each of the solutions that we are adding to an enterprise agreement. If it is switching, we include the customer whole install base and whatever they are buying. If it is security, we include security for all the users that they have. One of the requests was that our customers are not always ready to buy the EA for the whole install base or for all the users. So is it possible not to have enterprise-wide commitment? We heard you, and now with this new offer, we have introduced two new commitment options: partial commit and access commit, where we do not require an enterprise-wide commitment. So whatever the customer needs, they can either add it as partial or as access. We will go into the details of this. The other request that we were getting was, why don't we enable other solutions in an EA? So for instance, if the customer is using Cisco switching, they have Cisco switching as part of their EA, but not Wi-Fi, not routing. Is it possible, would it be possible for us to be able to give them access to routing and Wi-Fi, for example, if they are enrolled within an enterprise networking agreement? And since security and services are so common across all the portfolios, can we easily add security? Can we easily add services to an enrollment we are offering to a customer? And yes, the answer is yes. Whenever we are selling one solution to a customer under a portfolio, our customers will have access to all the other solutions in a portfolio, plus access to security and services solutions as well. Again, we will be covering this in an example. Value shift. This is very exciting because this is like one of the most wanted features. So one of the requests was that to value shift licenses from one solution to the other. And with this offering, we are enabling it for Cisco DNA and Meraki. So if a customer has Meraki and enterprise switching, for example, the customer now will be able to switch licenses between these two platforms. So let's say they have 100 switches on DNA, 100 switches on Meraki, and if they want to move to 200 all to Meraki, this will be possible. They will be only paying for the price difference for the remaining term. So value shift across DNA and Meraki really makes it very appealing. And lower barrier to entry. So the lower barrier that we have is 100K TCV in 2.0 separately for each of the architectures. But now with the EA 3.0, we can have 100K net minimum requirements across the portfolios, across different solutions, so that it becomes eligible for EA 3.0. So now we can reach out to a lot more customers with a requirement of bringing more cross-architecture on the table. So in a nutshell, we can definitely say that we have an offering to our customers that includes all Cisco solutions under a single main contract. And anything they buy on top will be definitely co-terminated. And we have even redefined our legal terms with a more simplified fashion. If we are to talk about the partner benefits, of course, what's in it for you? It's easier to sell because once you have an EA 3.0 with a customer, you have the power to include every software that they have under that enterprise agreement offering and co-terminate everything for that customer. So the expansion discussion will be a lot easier for you. And now with the lower threshold, it's easier to target a lot more customers, especially in the commercial space. Now you can expand the EA outside of the committed suites. So the customer doesn't have to start with an enterprise-wide coverage. They can only choose to buy smaller number of licenses across different solutions. So this is a single EA where we are trying to address all the customer needs. And with this, we are giving you the power to really expand all these solutions with our customers. All right, let's now dig into the details. I will be referring to 2.0 so that it's easier for us to understand the differences. So you will remember in EA 2.0, we had EA structured in terms of architecture, enterprise networking, data centers, security, and collaboration. For collaboration and security, that stays pretty much the same. What we are doing now is we are shifting a bit networking and applications. So we have a total of 5 portfolios: applications infrastructure, networking infrastructure, collaboration, security, and services. And with this, now we are introducing new suites in these portfolios. From a security point of view, it is same security solutions as we have in EA 2.0. With collaboration, we have WebEx Suite as part of the offering. Our Flex EA offering will still continue to run. If you have a closer look to our enterprise networking infrastructure portfolio, now you will see that it is not only DNA software. We have DNA software for switching, wireless, and SD-WAN and routing. And we have Meraki now as part of the networking infrastructure with Network Infra, Systems Manager, and Meraki Vision. And on top of this, of course, we do have the cloud networking portfolio with cloud networking, Nexus switching, and SAN switching, our MDS offering as well. So right now, as you can see, we have shuffled it a bit and brought everything that is network related under the networking infrastructure. So no more pilots. Meraki is directly integrated with our networking infrastructure portfolio. And now we have a separate portfolio just for the applications, where we have Intersite, Hyperflex, App Dynamics, and even Thousand Eyes to be part of this new applications infrastructure portfolio. Services, it was limited to networking solutions for EA 2.0. However, now with EA 3.0, we are opening up services to security, collab, application services, and networking services. So we can truly say that we have a full new offering with a lot of flexibility. So portfolios are made of suites, and we have named those suites already. And certain suites that are building, which can be sold together for a business case, for a customer use case, are defined as solution. So in the case where we have Duo, ICE, and secure workload, for example, tetration solution, we call this the zero trust solution. In the case of DNA, for example, we can have wireless switching and SD-WAN routing together, and that would be named as the Cisco DNA software solution. This is just for your reference. These are just a different view compared to the previous one, which is listing all the portfolios, solutions, and suites together. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the fully committed suites and the partial committed suites. So the full commit suites is very similar to what we had in EA 2.0. The customer, so let's say here we have a scenario. Our customer is purchasing 60K on wireless, and they are purchasing 50K on App Dynamics. So they are going with full enterprise-wide coverage with these pricing. So we have a total of 100K, 110K from a full commit suites point of view. So this is definitely eligible for a full commit. If we have a look at the partial commit suites, there has been so many times when we are positioning an enterprise agreement to a customer for a certain technology, but let's say it is for DNA, right? So we are offering it for switching and Wi-Fi. The customer also has some security solutions within the same project, within the same purchase. But because the security doesn't meet that 100K net minimum, or because it is not company-wide, there was no way for us to make it part of the EA in the previous offering. But now with the partially committed suites, we can definitely do this. Anything that is not company-wide and that is lower 50K, it can be definitely added as a partial commit suite, and there are no minimum TCV requirements for this one. The only difference is that the customer would have quarterly true forwards whenever they have partially committed suites. And once they reach a level where it is company-wide, it would be converted into a fully committed suite for that customer. And now that would be the time when they are getting the full benefits of a full commit suite enterprise agreement. All right, just a little slide here to run you through the differences between full, partial commit, and access. So with the full commit, the customer definitely has a fixed discount. This is given by the enterprise agreement from a financial predictability point of view. They have the not to exceed pricing, which means the customer, even if there's an increase in the GPL pricing, the customer is not impacted if they are fully committing to a suite. They are making use of the multi-suite discount. So the more fully committed solutions together, the better pricing we provide them. And single portal for them to access to their licenses, which is the EA workspace. And everything can be co-terminated. And we have an annual true forward mechanism for the fully committed ones. If we have a look at the partial, we do not require a full commit from the customer or company-wide requirements, but we still give the customer the benefit of a fixed discount. So whatever they buy in their EA 3.0 as partial commit, all those solutions would have the fixed discount saved for the customer. However, in case there are increases in GPL pricing, our pricing would not be fixed. In case of like fixing the price for that specific license, we would need to move to full commit. So not to exceed pricing is only available with the full commit. And we don't provide the multi-suite discount unless they are moving to a fully committed suite. The other difference is that it needs to be quarterly true forward for this partial committed suite. But the rest, the fixed discount, having access to a workspace for these solutions and co-termination, still there to make it a simple experience from a licensing management point of view. And access is actually when, we said the customer can buy switching only at full commit, but we will give them the option to buy, to use licenses on routing, licenses on Wi-Fi, for example. And that would be falling under the access. They have the access and they can download and start using licenses anytime they want. They would be charged at the next quarterly review of that enterprise agreement. And they can move to partial commit and then again move to full commit moving forward as they consume more licenses. And of course, let's also add an a la carte comparison. All these benefits, not to exceed pricing, fixed discount, multi-suite discount, EA workspace access, and co-termination, value shift, the true forward mechanism, these are not provided within an a la carte suite. So we should definitely, now with the flexibility we have with EA 3.0, definitely push our customers to EA 3.0. We should be openly discussing all these benefits with them. All right, here is an example so that we understand how the full commit and the partial commit works, and if the customer would be eligible for an EA 3.0 or not. Let's have a look at two of these examples. Let's check example number 1, where we have networking infrastructure, SD-WAN and routing as a 90K TCV. And we have services attached to this to SD-WAN that comes as 30K net. And the sum of these two, they are both fully covering company-wide. It is 120K. So this is above the 100K net minimum. And that gives us a check for EA 3.0. And any other solution they have, and in this case, they are adding wireless next to SD-WAN for 30K. It is not company-wide. The customer has maybe 1,000 access points. They are buying this only for 300 of them. So that would be 30K net, for example. This would be considered as part of an partially commit suite. But they would go under the same enterprise agreement workspace. And if the customer needed more licenses on Wi-Fi, they could definitely have access to these licenses. And let's go to a scenario where we don't have an EA 3.0 eligibility, just to understand it better. So let's check example 3. So in this case, our customer has an applications infrastructure. They are having intersite for 60K. 60K is good because it is above 50K from a single suite point of view. However, they have ICE at 35K net. This makes a total of 95K. It is below 100K net, so therefore it wouldn't be EA 3.0 eligible, even if we have a partially committed suite of App Dynamics. So we definitely need to meet this 100K net minimum for the fully committed suites. All right. So this is, in a nutshell, the new changes that we are having with the EA 3.0 offering. And now let's have a look at the partner requirements and incentives. From a partner certification point of view, it is same as what we had in EA 2.0. So for networking infrastructure, depending on the solution, if it is enterprise networking, then you would need advanced enterprise networks specialization. And if it is a data center solution, cloud networking solution, then you would need an advanced data center architecture specialization. And we have an additional requirements for networking solutions, and that is the buying models commerce certification. It is a very easy video on demand that needs to be completed by two different roles in your company. And then there is a code test that you need to pass, and you just apply for this certification on PPE tool. Of course, the advanced specializations requires more resources and requires more time. So in order to be eligible to sell these, you should definitely be an advanced enterprise networking or enterprise advanced data center architecture specialized. In case you don't have this specialization, but you do have an opportunity, we do have an exception process, but again, this has to go through approvals. There are certain requirements, but please feel free to reach out to us whenever you have an opportunity, and we can see how we can help you with that. For applications infrastructure, we need advanced data center. For collaboration, we need collaboration as a service specialization. And for security, we do need the advanced security architecture specialization. For services, though, if whatever portfolio you're adding services to, you need to have the advanced certification for that respective portfolio. So if you are adding services to security portfolio, then you should be advanced security architecture. So since you need it anyways to sell the security EA, that is already given. And if you have a global, gold, or multinational specialization with Cisco, that would also be enough to cover for these certifications. All right. And Lastly, I would like to talk about the incentive strategy that we have for this fiscal. So we do have our rebates for selling solutions as the way it is right now, right? But we are putting more incentives, not just by selling the solutions, but what we actually do with those solutions after the sale is completed. So are you deploying the solution fully? Are we doing a full activation? Are we making sure that the customer is fully adapting that software? Do we have any opportunities to expand? Are we adding new solutions to the enterprise agreement? So these are the land, activate, adopt, expand, and renew opportunities, incentives that you have once you are selling an enterprise agreement. When you land, definitely you should have a deal registration for teaming and hunting. And if you have a cross-architecture EA, definitely you would be eligible for Grand Slam. It is still running this half. We're waiting for the news for the next half. And the standard VIP, annuity-based and land bonus. But after land, there is a full new set of incentives that is waiting for you there. After you activate, you adapt, and you expand, and even renew the enterprise agreement. So there is really a lot of incentives to make you a lot more profitable by selling Cisco. Please definitely look into these. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our distributor, Comstor, and also your channel partner as well. So this is the end of my presentation. I have left some resources for your reference. I hope this has been a beneficial session for you. You can always ping me with any questions you may have on WebEx Teams. And make sure you complete the quiz after this session. So stay tuned for that one. Thank you so much. Take care.
That brings the presentations for Comstor and Cisco Expo to a close. Through today's session, we hope that we have highlighted how Cisco is committed towards enabling the partners to perform to meet today's business goals and transform to fuel their continued success. Cisco's goal is to equip partners with the speed, the agility, and the efficiency that allows them to respond faster and scale to the customer's growing business demand. We hope that you have come away with a lot of knowledge and motivation to succeed by taking advantage of the hypergrowth areas that we highlighted. Also, through the event today, we have highlighted our focus as Comstor on being a digital-first and data-driven organization, and we hope that we were able to give you an understanding of our digital platforms and our digital capabilities that have been developed with your success in mind. I would now like to welcome Steve Lockie, our Group Managing Director at Westcon Comstor Middle East, to do the final closing note. Hi, Steve, over to you.
So welcome back. Thank you very much for your attendance, guys. I mean, what a great set of presentations, great set of programs and tools we've seen today, and a fantastic motivational speaker. So really excited. I've certainly learned even more today about the opportunities that are out there. So much that I think we need to revise a few sales targets. Hopefully you've also seen opportunities and that you're capturing those. If you need assistance in where to go next, in how to turn those tools on or participate in the programs, please contact your Westcon Comstor account manager. If you can't get hold of them, get hold of me, and I'll make sure that you can get in touch with them. Really pleased with the way it's gone today. Thank you very much, team. You know, the execution of the event is always an interesting one. I think today's been fantastic. If we have ticked all your buttons and you've got the support that you need from the event, thank you very much. But feedback is a gift. So again, if you haven't got the stuff today or there's things we can do better, please give us that feedback. Thanks for investing your time with us today. It is valuable. Hopefully you've got from the event everything that you wanted. Until next time, stay well. I hope that you, your family and friends all stay well in these crazy times. If we meet next time, hopefully it's face-to-face, but if not, we're committed to these large-scale virtual events or even hybrid events. So I look forward to it. Take care and stay online because the winners of the quiz will be displayed very shortly on the screen. Thanks again. Stay safe. Thank you.
Here at Westcon Comstor, we help partners realize their business and financial potential. We're passionate about delivering their financial success and growth. This drives what we do day in, day out. Our value to partners centers on our deep-rooted vendor relationships. This means we can help partners capture business opportunities with established and emerging technology providers. Importantly, we are equally close to partners, global and local. With custom-made business support, based on our exclusive Edge model, we're a seamless extension to partner operations. We share the same focus on delivering what the end customer needs. We take responsibility when the going gets tough, and we're in it for the long term. Should things get complex, we can deploy our extensive service capabilities. If a customer RFP stretches resources, we can help to flex and scale with access to our wide range of technical experts. we understand what it is to be truly end-to-end. We also pave the way for our partners' future growth. The technology marketplace is changing, and we can help partners meet their customers' digital transformation needs. Our know-how includes consumption and subscription-based models, as well as integrated supply chain. We aim to simplify the channel and to make doing business easy. So, partners present and future, at Westcon Comstor, we're right by your side.
We understand that partners need more than just solutions to succeed. They need to adapt to changes in the market. They must stay agile and on top of new trends, technologies and products. Only with the right support, insight and innovation can they expect to grow and thrive. Introducing Edge, our unique, tailored approach to every opportunity and our commitment to every partner. More than just a word, Edge is how we translate our difference into real value, value our competitors can't match. Edge provides the framework to ensure partners engage and onboard with our vendor portfolio and core services. We develop their business with pre-sales consultancy and support, including certification, training and mentoring. We help them grow with financial and capital support alongside marketing and access to new vendors and technologies. Plus, we extend their reach by unlocking more profitable international opportunities and expanding into new markets. We work with each partner to understand their individual needs and tailor these materials and tools so they're a perfect fit wherever they are in the market or sales cycle. Find out how we can accelerate your business and get a competitive edge. Talk to the Westcon Comstor team today.
Well, Comstor have enjoyed a global relationship with Cisco for more than 25 years now, and we have an exclusive focus on Cisco products. It's all we do, and this is great because it allows us to have all of the knowledge that we need to help our partners grow as fast as they can on their Cisco business. Comstor believe that it's really important to ensure that we have subject matter experts aligned to all of the architectures at Cisco. We have that on a central basis in our EMEA team, but we also have it replicated in every single country. This allows us to have on the ground subject matter experts on those architectures to help our partners. And we believe that if our partners get access to that, they're going to accelerate their business more quickly. My one key takeaway would be that we believe we consistently grow our partners' business faster than any other distributor in the channel.